Okay, so I thought I was live just now. This is my third live. Hit like, and if you like what you see, then subscribe and let me know you're here. Please, first of all, let me know you're here because so far I'm just talking to myself. I am making meatball subs. Did I say that I thought I was live for like 3 whole minutes already? I forgot to hit the go live button. Anyways, so I'm making meatball subs. This is just hamburger meat. And I have garlic, salt. I put a teaspoon of salt and I put about 2 teaspoons of garlic. This is 2 pounds of hamburger. I did about 2 teaspoons of thyme. You can see thyme. And I put them in here to chop them up a little bit because if it were sauce, they would soften up. The thyme leaves would soften up fine. But since it's going in the meat, they need a little help. And oregano. I love some oregano. So I have my fork and I have, hello, hey Destiny or Buddha. You know, I call you Buddha when I say hey, but I figure your name might be Destiny. I don't know what your name is. You are one of the very few people I don't know what your name is. And you probably told me. I don't know. But hey! So anyways, I'm mixing up the mixture, the beef mixture, hamburger mixture for meatballs for subs. So what are you doing tonight? It is 9:37 where I am. I am Eastern Standard Time. Are you in Texas? It's taking time for your answers to get to me. I know StreamYard has a lag. Okay. Good evening. Just getting ready to go lay down, but I got you on my cell. Oh, thank you. You are so sweet. Let's see here. So, I don't want to put my hands in this. I'm going to have to. Because I don't have a clean cookie cutter. Well, I could use my 2-cup measuring spoon. I could do that. Then they'd all be nice and uniform. I'm going to do it. I can wash it later. That's a thing. Hey, Dana. How are you doing? Oh, I guess I need to turn my pot on, huh? I'm just using Dutch oven. My big, I don't know how it's like, I don't know, like 15 inches across. It was my favorite. It's got straight-sided. It's straight-sided with a long handle like a frying pan. And I think it's got a little handle on the other side so you can pick it up on both sides if you need to. But it's Calphalon and it's gotten scratched too much and the bottom is starting to come off, so I don't want to use that anymore. So I'm using my Dutch oven. It'll work fine. Making those meatballs I was telling you about, Dana. You guys, don't look. I know you're not eating meat. I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't know if that's a forever thing or if that's a right now thing. But don't look. I do not want to lead you into temptation. All right, so there's a, I'm going to try to make it round, like so. And I'm going to just pop those into my, that is too big. That is way too big. I am cutting that in half. I don't know how I'm going to get them around. This is going to take so much longer. But my sink in my kitchen is clogged right now, so I don't want to have to wash my hands, which is, I know that's, I have washed my hands. My hands are clean. I've been washing stuff as I need it in my bathroom. My dish soap, I've got dish soap in there. I've got dish soap in here, but anyways, yes, my hands are clean, very clean. That looks perfect size. I need a, I wonder. Let's try the other side. This is a half a tablespoon on the other side. It's goofy. This is looking so goofy. Oh, okay. You'll go back to meat once you've lost some more weight. Yes, you've got to get some. I know you're eating fish. Are you eating shrimp and stuff like that? I mean, I don't know if shrimp are actually good for you or not, but I know they taste good. I'm not all about I ain't judging. But anyways, so let's see how this works with the goofy little side. Ah, I'm getting holes in my meat. Look at that. There's a big old hole there right in the middle. I'm going to have to use my hands. It's just a thing. All right. I'm a big girl. Hey, Joe. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Dude, 4 a.m. I went to bed at 4 a.m. I'm sorry. That's just how I was with Dana and Joe last night, and I didn't go to bed like I was supposed to. This is so much easier. I can't wait till my sink works again. You can't see my eyes. I've got if I position my phone up just a little bit more, you'll be able to see the top of my stove. So you really won't be able to see me anyways. So I'm kind of trying to slouch down. Hey, Jane, how are you? Is this all the way down? Oh, I'm putting my finger. I told you I've got my camera turned around the opposite way because my plug and my headphone plug in on this end, and my camera's down here. I usually have my camera down here. So how is everyone? How are you doing? I wasn't sure who would come on. I knew that everybody's doing what they were doing. I was at Kelly's, and I had a she said some stuff that needed to be said. And then Irene came on for a couple minutes, and I was on there with her for a minute, and then she went off, and I was like, you know what? I'm going live. This is it. Because we were talking about mental health at Kelly's. We were talking about people being depressed at Kelly's and how to not let that depression get you down. The joy of the Lord is my strength. In him I shall not want. He layeth me down in green pastures. He is a strong tower that I run into. I know this doesn't all go together. It's not all in the same verse, but they are all truths. So, and when Irene didn't stay on, I think I scared her a little bit. I was talking, I was responding to what she was saying, and I think she got not deflated, not hesitant, just I don't know, not scared. It's not the word I want to use. But anyways, I wanted to come on here and just, kind of like David Browning he was on Kelly's and he was like, let's talk about puppies. Anytime he started to feel a little bit down, he was like, puppies. And I'm like, he wants to talk about puppies? Let's talk about puppies. I can't pick my puppies up right now because, meat. Plus, they're in the living room lounging around. They would probably love to be in my hands right now. They'd be like, yes, meat. There, my boy is a brown and tan Dachshund. I don't care. It's practically empty. It was giving me trouble anyways. I'm just going to let that stay there. Hey, Kim. Kimber Ann, as Granny says. I love that. I was calling you Kimber Ann for a little while because Granny called you Kimber Ann, and you didn't seem to respond to it very well. So I was like, maybe she doesn't really want that. That's Granny's thing. But I thought it was so cute. My ADD is acting up, obviously. Back to my doggies. My little girl, my boy is about 20 pounds. He's a miniature. And my girl, she's a miniature too, but she's half Chihuahua. And she's all like blondish tan. She looks like a Chihuahua with a long snout and a little bit long body. And her ears are a little long because Dachshund ears are longer. Dachshund ears are floppy. When Dachshund, hey Ariel, how are you doing? When Dachshunds go running, their ears flap up and down the whole time they're running. It is so adorable. But they are the most stubborn dog there is. They are stubborn. You tell them to move, they know what you're saying. I don't mean they're going to do it. He moves when he wants to move, but he doesn't know he's little. So I push on him and he slides. He's like, I didn't want to move. He doesn't. He huffs when he's really not happy with something. It is funny. I'm like, don't you huff at me. Sometimes he'll huff again. He knows what I'm saying. He is smart. My channel was originally called Kimber Ann's Crochet. I did not know that. Well, there you go. Did Granny know that? Or does Granny know that? That might be why she called you that. I thought it was cute. I love Granny. Granny is adorable. I am a cat mom to a 1-year-old cat named Bailey, and he is purring right beside me. We have a cat. He is cute. I don't mess with him a whole lot because, well, I know a lot of people with cat allergies, and I don't want to get cat allergies all over where I sit in the house. And then it get all over my yarn. If it's on my clothes, then it'll get on my yarn, and so on. And I know all this about allergies because my youngest daughter she was really allergic to cats when she was little, but she's still mildly allergic. She's the one who claims the cat. This is all her doing. We wouldn't have that cat if it was up to me, just because I know the sinus misery she goes through and how hard it is to get her to take her sinus medicine, her allergy medicine. But anyways, And yeah, I know we have dogs, and that means we got dog dander on my yarn, but I don't know a whole bunch of people that are allergic to dogs, so it's not that big of a deal to me, which is awful, I know. But that's the way it is. Hey, Zach, how are you? Oh, thank you. I love all animals, but the fur is annoying, so I have a bunch of those sticky things that get fur off. We do too. We don't have a bunch, but we've got a couple. And we've got some of those, whatchamacallit, this is that rubber, the rubber I'm thinking of. Silicone, yes, thank you, hubby. Mr. Hartsong over there. I think he just kind of rolls his eyes at that. Mr. Hartsong. But that's what he's been called a couple times, and yeah, whatever. I'm good. If you're asking me, Zach, I'm good. I like to use the dryer. I take my, I don't want to let my dogs get in my clean clothes. So I get them out of the dryer and then I put them up high until I get them folded or hung up, which is about 40% of the time. I wouldn't say I get them hung up or folded even half the time. But, you know, they don't get dog fur in them. And the cat doesn't go in my bedroom. He's not allowed in there. He's tried a couple times. I had to shoo him out. I felt bad about it, but I did. But, anyways. Hey, Kia! I like your shirt. Tweety Bird is a favorite Looney Tune character. Yes! Yes! And it says, not as innocent as I look. Which is true. So true. So, if you don't know, I'm making meatballs. I've seasoned them up and mixed them up, and I didn't want to get my hands in them, but I am. And y'all will take a field trip into the bathroom with me in a few so that I can wash my hands up. My sink in my kitchen is clogged right now, so my bathroom is where I've been washing stuff I need. Hopefully that's going to get fixed really soon. I mean, we've already put Drano down it and everything. It just had to work on it. And I don't even know if we could use it yet. We probably could, I don't know, pour some hot water down it. We poured almost an entire bottle of Drano down it. Yes, meatballs. And I'm going to make sauce to go with them. And I've got some, what is it, Pepperidge Farms hoagie rolls to go with them. And I've got all the cheeses. I've got provolone, mozzarella, Parmesan, and cheddar to put on them afterwards. They are so yummy. I don't make them very often because I don't like to get my hands in the meat. But, you know, it's been so long. Like, you know what? That sounds really good. I think I'm going to do that. My daughter was asking me, she was like, can you make sloppy joes tonight? Sloppy joes, sloppy joes, sloppy joes. I'm like, I bought these hoagie rolls. I want them to be soft and fresh. We're having meatballs tonight. This is happening. I am almost done. This is all the meat I have left. My pan is getting pretty full in the bottom. But that's okay. Whatever's not. I'm gonna roll these things over in a minute. Some of them are already half done. I'm trying to remember. I think the first time I was on a live was with Dana. But one of the first few times I was on live, I was standing right here cooking something with Pink. Maybe it was tacos. I'm not sure. Beef tacos. Yeah, these taste like what I remember Subway rolls, Subway meatball subs tasting like. They are good. You can get the Mama Roses or whatever they're called from the store, but they've got some stuff in them that I can't have, or not, maybe not meat. I think they have onion in them, which I have to be careful with how much onion I eat. And they've got egg in them, which my youngest daughter is allergic to eggs, so that's a no-no. Looks like we got just the right amount of 2 meatballs. Yay! I'm gonna have to get my hubby to come get my phone for me. I wonder if he'll do it. He might. And carry y'all in there with me while I go to the bathroom and wash my hands. There's one less, come on. One less meatball in there. Fit. Yes. Ta-da! And now my hands are all kind of yucky. Really yucky. And greasy. Will you come get my phone for me so I can walk into the bathroom and wash my hands? Please and thank you. He's coming, y'all. He's a good guy. He really is. They shrink. They're about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches across. Well, they probably are about 2 inches across. They will shrink to just bigger than an inch. This is 85/15 hamburger meat. That's what my Walmart sells for the. I have to use organic, so that's the cheapest organic hamburger meat for me. You'll have to unplug it. Yeah. Have to gain weight before I have a double lung transplant in the future. Wow. Not for a while yet, though. Wow, I am sorry. Let's see if I can do this. I do. Yes, I do. And there's my hubby. He's shaving today. Actually, he was shaving before he knew I was going to go live. And so he's all pretty again for me. Opening the door for me. Thank you. You turn the light on for me?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to mix. I don't know what I thought I'd ended my live for a second. I about had a little, you know. All right. My lens, my camera is here. Okay, he is. Yes, he is so helpful. Wash my hands like this. I am using, it says it's Sincerity. It's what Walmart sells. It is wild black cherry. It is my favorite. It smells almost as good as the White Barn Black Cherry Missouri from Bath and Body Works, which I had some of. I made it last. Nobody is allowed to use my hand soap. That is great. That is great, Kim. This was my other favorite. I got it as a gift. Black cherry mellow. Bath and Body Works. I don't know what else to have to buy. I don't get Bath and Body Works very often. Maybe I'm just like, I can't throw away the. I need to throw away the bottle. Can't. I've got to go. Actually, I can take this now. Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you. Dry my hands off. Do it one at a time. Let's see here. All right. So, going back into the kitchen. Let me go to my little pantry here. Fresh tomatoes with basil. This is my very own spaghetti sauce that I am going to make. Do I have? Yes, tomato sauce. I think so. But no, I don't need that. Thank you, babe. All right, let's see if I can set you up here. Find a good spot. I don't want to pitch y'all too close. Oh, you know what? My mic is right beside my mouth. I don't need to worry about how close the phone is to the can opener. Dirt. I don't want to do that. No, I keep telling baby that I want to Mr. Heartthrob. That I don't want to make it. And I know several people that have. I mean, I could buy a tomato and plant the seeds. I know it. I could get a cutting off. His aunt has this huge. It takes up like almost half of her porch tomato plant. I guess she cans them. I don't know. You're on a list waiting for her donor. Oh, that's great. That's really great. You had mentioned being in my and I had forgotten why you were in the hospital. I started to ask. Yes. You know what? I'm not going to add this in yet because I have to wait for the. I'm going to use this to turn these over. I'm improvising since I have to wash everything. I'm using stuff that I know is already clean. I can use that fork. The handle did not get meat on it, so the handle is clean. Turn these over. Anyways, I don't want to put the sauce in before I dump the grease out because then my sauce will be greasy. I wasn't thinking about that when I got it out. I was just thinking, what's the next step? Sauce. I am flipping these. I should give y'all a peek at what it looks like. I'm gonna do that. Let's see here. Oh, my dog is under my feet. Okay. My camera. There they are. All getting, they're more than halfway done, most of them. So, let me put y'all back where I originally had you. And then I can plug you back in. Because my phone was going dead before, and I'm like, uh-oh. You okay? My headphones was. Uh-oh. Loose. Sister Sharita, how are you? I'm making meatballs. Anyways, I'm getting these flipped over, and I don't know what I was saying. I have forgotten. I remember saying that I'd gotten sidetracked and what the next step was, and that's where I was going. Oh well. So it's gonna take a second to get these flipped over all the way. There it is. Let's get that out of there. That's not good eats. Excuse me. Whoa. All these spices they were going right up in my face. Smells delicious, but it was a little much. Oh, I don't know if you can hear my babies in the background. My babies are almost 13 and 17. So they're not really babies, but they're my babies. They're playing a game together. Our neighbor was over. Oh, they're done playing. They were playing. I was wondering why they were starting to fuss at each other. I was going to say, if you can hear them, they're playing a game. But yes, children do like meatballs. We're making meatball subs. If you don't mind, why do you need a transplant? I can make you an awareness. Oh, that is not my business. Not for me. Oh, that's very sweet. Was that Jane that said that? She was showing bracelets last night at the end of Dana's live, and they are beautiful. I was glued. I don't know what kind of beads she uses, but they are beautiful. Well, she did tell what kind some of them were. I remember her saying something about Japanese beads, but that doesn't actually mean a lot to me since I don't know what Japanese beads are. But she knows what they are. And somebody else might know what they are. But anyways. Hey, Arnell? Hello, Arnell. I'm not sure we've ever met. Thank you for coming. If you like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. That is completely up to you. This is my first video that I have remembered to say that at all in any of my videos. I kept putting it in the back of my mind. I gotta start saying that. I was thinking I was going to have to make a list of things I needed to say, and those were probably going to be the only two things on the list. Yay! They are all flipped. They are looking good. Let's put this. I'm going to put this back in its bowl. I'm not going to need that again. Let's put the lid on it. You want to see? Well, I love you too, Kim. Thank you. Let's see. These are my meatballs. They're all flipped. And they're simmering in their juices. Very nice. Okay. So, do you know about what color is the ribbon for that? For lung cancer, I want to say it was white. I was looking at these because I've got Crohn's and it's a purple. But I think TBI, a traumatic brain injury, is also white. There's a couple that are white, and I think they just ran out of colors.
There's a bunch of them that share colors now.
Yes, there are a bunch of them. Yes, because purple shares. Purple is also for something else. I can't remember what. Maybe kidneys. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. But wait. What'd you say? You're already subscribed to me, and that's why you can see my. Oh, thank you. I'm not sure where did we meet. I'm not sure where we met. I'm very glad you're here. Absolutely. Thank you. Oh, they're glass beads. I'm sorry. I was missing comments. Oh, I'm sorry, Kim, about your kids. Yeah, I worry about my kids getting stuff from me genetically. Actually, I don't. I've never thought about it really. I know that sounds funny, but I haven't. Oh, Jane says it's gray. And Sister Sharita says, need to try the meatballs as subs. I do it in spaghetti. Oh, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not making spaghetti, but I'm going to make my spaghetti sauce. And I don't normally do meatballs. I just chop the meat up. I don't even put the spices in them because the meat's chopped up. I just make my sauce the regular way I make it. These meatballs have the spices I use in my sauce. So, but they've got more of one thing and less of another. Hey, Jen. I haven't had spaghetti in a few weeks. I had some macaroni and cheese. I found out that Stouffer's doesn't have peanuts in their pre-made dinners anymore. I had not looked in such a long time, and my daughter is allergic to peanuts and eggs. And I'm like, Stouffer's is a killer. I had nothing good to say about Stouffer's because they had peanuts in every single thing that they made, and I was just it sort of ticked me off, tell you the truth. But I have bought a couple of their things since I found that out because their macaroni and cheese, their baked macaroni and cheese was always my favorite. And the noodles were a little bit soggy to me this time, and but the cheese tasted the same, so it was still good. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I will pray for you, Kim, Jen. I'm sorry. I'll pray for you too, Kim, for the lung transplant. I do not have breathing problems, but I know what it's like to get out of breath. And I know that's nothing compared to needing a lung transplant. But actually, I'm a little out of breath right now, which is, I should drink some of this water here. My husband brought me a bottle of water earlier because I asked him to. Mr. Hartsong. I don't know. He was helping me. He was on here earlier because he helped me take the phone into the bathroom to wash my hands. Oh, there goes my spaghetti spoon. Oh, happy birthday! Oh, wrong side. Oh, that is good. I'm sorry you weren't feeling well, but I'm really glad to hear that you're starting to feel better. Looks like they are about done. Whoop, see the steam? Yummy steam. They are. They're looking pretty good. So I am going to keep my cans so that I can collect my grease in them. So I don't have to worry about grease is not the reason why my sink is clogged. Definitely not. Okay. Grab a towel. Loop that baby up. Get the lid on because I'm going to drain. Grab my pot holder. And I don't have to worry about any of the meatballs coming out because they're in big chunks. Not like whenever I've got chopped up meat and I've got little pieces that want to fall out. This is looking fantastic. Come on. A little more. Can y'all hear that falling into that can? Thought I'd run this down. All right. Wow. Okay. There we go. There we go. That's nice. There we go. That's out of my pot off. I use an electric stove, but I don't want grease to go on it because it will smoke. So what am I missing? Let's see here. Sweet Jenny. Who is what? What did I miss? I forgot I could do that right there. Who is Jenny? Who did I miss? Oh, Butterfly Jen. All right. Sorry. I'm all right. I really am. Let's see here. Oh, Sandrine made it jump. Hey, Sandrine. Okay, I'm all caught up. Did y'all watch oh, my brain. Lisa. Ladybird Lisa. She's always like, who made the chat jump? She does prizes for whoever makes the chat jump at the last person at the end of her lives. Which I didn't know that. I mean, I've watched her lives many times and didn't catch on to that. I learned that just this last week or so. Okay, so that is one 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes with basil. Let me scrape that. I guess I have a little bit of OCD. Just going to a little bit. Because I like to get everything out of the cans. Of course, it helps because I keep these cans for grease later. And that's less I have to clean out or rinse out or whatever. But you can lose a lot of sauce. There's like 2 or 3 tablespoons of sauce that came out that was just going to be lost. Hello. I'm live here. And I have the tomato sauce. And all this has in it is organic tomato puree, sea salt, organic red pepper, and citric acid. Put you down. Come on. All right, that's good enough. Okay. So this is starting to look like stuff. Good stuff. But it's very bland right now. This is not the end product. This is not spaghetti sauce. So I take about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon's worth of salt. I know you can't see it because there we go. I used to watch Justin, what's his name? I can never remember his last name. The Cajun guy, Louisiana, I don't know. Anyways, my parents used to watch him every Sunday. And so I learned how to measure salt in my hand from watching him. And I use it for everything. I mean, I do have measuring spoons and I do use them. But I need to take this little thing off here. I don't normally leave these on because I do like to scoop my measuring spoons into my bottles. Okay, making sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. So that's about the same amount of thyme. And I like to, I've got a, I want to say it's called a mortar and pestle little thing. And I will put the thyme in there. It doesn't need to go, it will soften up in the sauce. But I don't know. I just think it probably makes it taste better. I'm goofy. I do put my rosemary in it because I cannot find crushed rosemary anymore. And I know it's a thing because my mom-in-law used to have some in her cabinet. So, there's my rosemary. There's my rosemary. These do not soften up in the sauce like you would think. And I do use about a teaspoon of those. Put those back. Where did I put? Put that there. Put my thyme up. And let's grind that up a bit. If I'm not careful, they will go flying out. One of them just flew into that grease. Yay, Kia, you're back. Kia, I'm making my spaghetti sauce. This is my everything sauce, my pizza sauce, my spaghetti sauce, my meatball sauce. It's my favorite. they're getting there. This one hasn't really broken up. Let's see if you can't really tell. It's about the width of my finger going across. It's really bright under there. So that one hasn't broken up very much. But the rest of them are getting there. See if I can make it where you can see. See, they're getting there. That's getting much more powder-like. And I started doing this because I found that when I made spaghetti, that I was feeling very woody pieces in my sauce. I'm like, what in the world did I put in this that did not soften up? Hey, Liz. How are you doing? I'm grinding up rosemary right now. I was not very happy with the sauce, with the rosemary. All right. And I need the honey. It's on the table in there. We had chicken strips last night and they like honey. They dip their chicken strips in their honey. So it hasn't made it back in here just yet. I've got, let's see, that's oregano, thyme, rosemary, salt, and honey. I think that's it. Yes. And I put about 3 tablespoons of honey. If you look on the jars that you get from the store, they usually say sugar on them, and you're like, why do they put sugar in tomato sauce? It's to cut the acid in the flavor. I don't know if that does anything for, some people get heartburn from tomatoes. I don't know if it does anything for that, but it does help the flavors, so it doesn't taste so acidic. And I am stirring this in. Let's get this all stirred in. And then I'm going to let it simmer. I'm going to let those spices marry for somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. And they will be done. It will be ready to scoop on to those sub rolls. I told you I was live. You can't be loud like that. I talk about everything, y'all. Oh. And here's what it looks like. You can see some of the spices all in it. I'm going to turn that down to a medium low. Just a little bit lower than I had it. I'm going to take y'all into the living room. I should set a timer. Got a timer. I don't know where he found this, but my hubby found this about maybe a year ago now. It was either Walmart or Five Below. Walmart, he says. All right, I'm going to let it simmer for, I'm going to do 12 minutes. 12 minutes should be plenty enough. And let's throw some of this stuff away. Got can lids. And let's go sit down. What do y'all have on the TV? Oh, I gotta make sure that that doesn't get picked up. That would not be good. Hey, Beauty and Beast. Hey, Beauty. How are you doing? No, I'm still right here, but I'm gonna flip my phone around. Come on. Oh, there you go. Nope. lid that I'm used to. And I shouldn't be sticking my fingers in front of it anymore. Okay, good deal. And see, there's Mr. Heartsong. My love. He's ignoring me.
Sorry, I'm
Yes.
reading something.
I'm going to plug my phone back in because I do not want to go dead on y'all. I've done that before. That was not fun. Hey, Daigo. I've got dinner simmering on the stove. Well, it's gonna be. Hugs to you. All right. So let's see here. Does anybody want to come up with me? I can put, let's see, guest. I know how to do this. Invite a guest. Okay. And then know how to do this. Post a comment. There it is. There you go. So anybody who wants to come up, y'all can come up and co-host with me. This is what I've been working on. I've made a little bit of improvement, or yeah, got some rows done since last night. This is Marty Bird's chevron, lacy chevron shawl, I think it's called. It's something. It's Marley Bird's, and it's got chevron in the name. Chevron shawl. But this is, I'm going to use 2 of these. So this is size 1 fingering weight or light fingering. This is Color Comedy in Red Heart. It's a wrap. So I've got another one of those, and I'm going to use all of both of them, and it should be somewhere around 66 inches long when I'm done, which will be great. This is, since it's not a scarf, obviously, it will fit around your shoulders. It will go this way when I'm done. So it will fit. It will drape. I don't know, that's probably about 2 foot wide. So it'll drape nice over the shoulders. And I'll be able to wrap it around and whatever a couple of times, throw it over, and not have to worry about it coming back down on me. Maybe I won't have to use a shawl pin. Maybe I will. Not sure. Thank you, Beauty. Do I have? It does not. It's not telling me if anybody's in the basement wanting to come up. Let's see. Nope. Oh, right, Angela. She's y'all are gonna have to remind me why there's a raffle for Angela. I remember that there's a raffle, but my brain is just not bringing up why. Hey, Courtney. I was thinking about you whenever I started when I put on the live because you're always, Courtney cooks and more. You're the you're you're my main. You pop up the most out of all my cooking um people I'm subscribed to. Probably because I click on you the most, even though I don't usually say anything. But you're usually busy cooking, so there's not a lot to say. Yeah. But anyways, that's beside the point. Yep, they're also sweet. Y'all are so sweet. I'm good, Courtney. I dropped the link if anybody wants to come up. You don't have to. This is not a. Just wanting to let you know that it's there, just a little ways up. I guess really I've run out of things to say. I don't know what. I left my water in the kitchen. Let's see if I can make that go away. My banner had my internet search bar at the top. It popped up. Oh, that little arrow. I wonder if that arrow does anything. Again. Yay, I'm still here. I'm sorry, y'all. I pressed the wrong arrow. I won't be pressing that arrow again. Apparently, that's the back arrow. Anyways. Anyways. My the search bar at the top of my screen is gone. Whoops. Thank you, beauty. I subscribed my other two channels. Now you're at two. Thank you. Thank you so much. I haven't looked at my numbers in forever. So thank you. I didn't even know what my numbers were. I can't believe I'm already up to 288. But, I was like, whenever I started this, I was like, I I had not decided to start doing this until I went on Pink's Live for the first time. When I was going to go on Pink's Live, even um, that was when I was like, you know what, this might be something that I should be doing. And so I started it. Yeah, and I haven't done a whole lot with it. But I said then, if God wants me to do this, then He's going to supply the people. I don't have to worry about my numbers. I don't look at them because I'm not worried about it. I'm not doing this because I wanted to do this, because I am a very private person. This is, I don't, I people. I say when I'm not peopling, I'm like, I don't want to people. I think I'm like inertia, of a body And a body in motion wants to stay in motion. When I'm peopling, I'm in motion and I want to keep peopling. But when I've stopped, I'm at rest. A body at rest wants to stay at rest. And I'm like, I don't want to people because I haven't been peopling. And that's just me. But so doing this is good for me, I think. But um, but this wasn't something that I said, you know what, I'm so peoply, I have to talk to people, I have to do this. This is not me. Oh, good night. I love you. I love you so much, Sister Sharita. You are so sweet. But anyways. So Courtney, what did y'all all have for dinner? Because I know it's late here. It's 10:41. So I know that most of y'all probably had dinner already. I'm just a late cook. I used to be like, I love getting everything out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's all daylight still, and we're gonna have dinner at 6. And I was like that for a minute. Then it was 7 o'clock when I got dinner finished, and then it was 8 o'clock, and then it was 8:30. And hello, the SOAS corner. Am I saying that right? How are you doing? And there's the timer. Does someone want to go stir that and see if it's all nice and simmery and married? And
It would be part of your video.
oh, that would be part of my video. He's right. The body at rest wants to stay at rest. So, let's go check that out. Dun, 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 dun. It is all nice and simmery. Forgive my mess. Let's take that lid off. Watch all that falling down. Some good stuff. Look at there. If I can point this camera in the right place. Oh, I forgot to take that down. Hey, Sharon, wrinkly bag lady. I'm missing. Can you shout out my friend Nick Kerr? Hello, friend Nick Kerr. It's your birthday soon. Yes. Happy birthday, Nick Kerr. Soon. Let's see. I didn't have time to cook, so I put some frozen food in the oven. I did chicken nuggets, loaded potato skins, and mozzarella sticks. Loaded potato skins are wonderful. But I digress. We did chicken strips last night, and they come out of a bag from the freezer section. I like the Purdue. They like the Tyson. It's all good. Let's see. Be yourself, Jane. I'm sorry. Just stopping in. Of course, to hit the thumbs up and say hi. Thank you, Sharon. Oh, my chat jumped. Where'd you go? Okay. Kim saying hi to Diana. Courtney cooks and more. Sounds good and easy. Absolutely. That's what I said. What did I say? I said something about easy and something last night. Let's see, Diana, please don't worry about it, Dana. See, you don't even have to worry about it. You are very welcome. So let's see here. I'm not going to eat yet because I'm going to stay on with y'all a little bit longer. I can get my fingers out of the picture. But I know my youngins, and if I make a sub so that y'all can see, they will be like, I want it. So that's not gonna be. Crystal, bring me your plate. Bring me your plate. And whatever cheese you want out of the fridge. We got mozzarella, provolone, parmesan, and cheddar. What kind of cheese do you want on yours? Mozzarella. It should be in the top. Very top. I shoved it in there last night. It's great, huh? And I've got Pepperidge Farm hoagie rolls. These are my favorite. I didn't even know we had those. I got them last night to go with the meatballs. Mozzarella. Okay. Okay, Dago. Oh, it is meatballs for subs. Sorry, Courtney. Just one of those. Make sure it's opened up well. Should have grabbed a knife. There's a knife. Knife. My knives stay hanging up. Love it. That was something that I sort of inherited. I don't know, she gave it to me, and my mom-in-law had it, I think. So, meatballs. I said I was going to use that scoop, but I'm not. I was going to. Meatballs. Make it where you can see the wonderful meatballs going on. Oh. I'm using a flat silicone spatula.
Yeah, when this...
It won't catch the sauce.
I'll catch some of it. You won't keep dropping meatballs.
Shush. All right, we are going to get 5 meatballs per sub. I do not know how many I did. Let's make that fit. Dun, da, da. Let's put a little more sauce on there. Yummy. She's gonna open up the cheese. That's great.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I didn't tear it right, did I?
Let me see it. Let me see it.
That's your cheese. You understand it better than me.
It might be my cheese, but I didn't.
How about you set this on a plate so you can use both hands?
I thought about that. It seems to be working. Nice. I can shut this off. I should shut this off. This is not normal, y'all. This is not something that normally happens. Oh, if you want to cut the... It's got a
I opened it wrong.
Ziploc thing inside. This is not your fault. This is their machine. There we go. Anyways, it's got a Ziploc thing inside of it, and I didn't want to cut it. Little Ziploc thing. And let's get the cheese on the sandwich. Is that enough?
No, we're fine.
It'll be fine. All right, hang on here.
I don't get my food?
Not yet. There's presentation.
But my food!
Your food. Yes, your food. It's a lovely Meatballs sub.
Thank you.
Good night, Courtney. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Beauty. Hey, Nani. Bring your plate over, Arnell. I don't care. I don't mind. You too, Nani. You bring your plate over. Oh, you don't do meat, not beef. You can have some sauce. I like putting butter on bread and dipping it in sauce. Spaghetti sauce. All right. Thank you, everybody, for telling me how good it looks. It is delicious. But I had some Triscuits before I started cooking. Some garlic Triscuits. And I'm not hungry. Oh, my water. Sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy. Get my water and take back with me. Here, I'm going to shut my camera off for a second. I don't want to make anybody dizzy. Okay, my dog's sitting in my seat. You gotta move, boy. Move. Come on. Scoot. Scoot. Why are you shaking? Scoot. He's a funny little boy. He's old. He's 13 years old. And now he wants to be in my lap. Okay. Okay, Arnell says, hello everyone. Can you please drop your channel link so I can subscribe to you guys? I'll give you 3 subs. I'm gonna use your phone for a second so I can make some moderators in here. I know Dana's a moderator, but I'm not sure who else. I always forget. You have to press OK on his phone to go in. Let's see here. Turn it all the way down. My goodness. New tab. YouTube. Very interesting. I am still signed in on his YouTube. Oh, that's funny. I just saw the thumbnail. Tweety bird on my shirt. That's so funny. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, Zach is a mod. Okay. Hey, Mare. Runaway Needle Red is Mare. Let's see here. Let's see here. I've got this turned up just a little bit. Whoa, it made itself louder. Nice. Let's see here. Add moderator. Yay. All the way at the end of the list. Okay. Let's see. Daigo's a moderator. Well, I've got more moderators than I realized. That's good. Let's see here. That'll be a surprise for her when she comes back. I made meatball subs, and I'm not eating just yet because I'm not quite hungry enough yet, but everybody else is getting some. I mixed up the meatballs and rounded them out, or whatever you call it. I don't know. Scooped them out. Made them into little balls and cooked them and drained them. And then I made my sauce. And we have some really nice soft hoagie rolls that I got last night. And there's cheese. I got all kinds of cheeses to put on them. Okay, beauty. You have a good night. You want to show your Mayor hasn't? No, boy. He's sticking his nose up there trying to see. This is my honey's sandwich he just finished making. And I will not take a bite of that. It was a little tempting, but I won't do it. It's tomato sauce. Made pasta with sun-dried tomato pesto. Oh, okay. You know, I bought some sun-dried tomato pesto one time, and I don't remember if I ever used it. That was a long time ago. I mean, it looked good when I was in the store, but then we got home and my husband looked at it. He's like, "This doesn't look good." So I guess I deflated. Thank you. I'm sure it will be yummy. I'm sure it is yummy. He seems to be enjoying it very much. I will not put him on the screen because that's just not something you do. It looked good. Whenever I got it, really did look good, but he didn't want to try it. So I don't remember what happened with it, or it was a long time ago. He doesn't even remember. He has had brain surgery since then, for real. So he doesn't remember a lot of stuff from the first few years of our marriage. I don't know what he doesn't remember until he says he doesn't remember it. We got married in 01, the end of 01, and then he had brain surgery in April of 06, and then, we had been married, that's 4.5 years. It seemed a lot longer than that at the time. We had already been together 2.5 years before we got married, so. And then, so we've been married, 19 plus years now. So that was a while ago. But, yep. So if anyone, like Arnell had said, if anybody wants to drop their channel so that Arnell can subscribe, you're welcome to do so. I know that, let's see, Daigo and Zach. Let's see. Is that it? Daigo and Zach? I'm going to make Mare a moderator. Just cause. Anyways. Okay, let's see. Okay, Runaway Mayor says, my son was offered baked ziti at his girlfriend's house. He said he ate a little, but he really doesn't like their cooking. I asked him if he was hungry. He said yes, for real food. Oh no! That's funny. See, Arnell says, Hearts on Creations. Where are you guys located? I mean, from which state? I'm in North Florida. You're welcome, Mayor. Thank you for not minding me making you a moderator. I mean, you're doing stuff for me because you're the moderator. let's, um, does anybody want to come up? You don't have to, but I am running out of things to talk about. My husband's over here whispering to me, get off, get off. Now he's making a face like you weren't supposed to tell them that. He likes me sitting here beside him, crocheting. But, you know, he likes to show me stuff on his Facebook, which I'm like, I'm crocheting. Please don't put stuff in my face. I know that that's goofy. We're married. He wants to share with me. I don't know. Oh, I am working on, it's Marley Bird's, I think it's lacy chevron shawl. I think that's what it's called, lacy chevron shawl. I have my loop. Come on, get back through there. There you go. Okay. You make it long ways, even though this is really sideways to how it'll be, because this will drape over the shoulder like so. And I'm using Red Heart. It's a wrap in size 1. And I've got 2 of these, so it's going to make it somewhere around 66 or so inches long when I'm done. So, and I figure that because this is 11.5 inches. The pink, just the pink. Thank you. I am in one crochet along or make along. I'm doing the granny squares with Dana. But other than that, I said I might make some amigurumis for pennies. I've got some. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. I've got this. My kids found it at Michael's before they closed down. Everything was on clearance for 70% off. So. And I don't see a price tag on here anywhere. I think it was probably about $1, maybe $1.50. This says 36.5 yards of yarn, 4mm crochet hook, stuffing needle, and a 16-page instruction book. It does have a 16-page instruction book, but it's got a lot of pictures. I can show you some of the pictures. I don't guess that would be. Can't show you any of the they've got what it should look like. I can't see now. Hey. Step by step, what it should look like step by step. And then there's a crochet hook international conversion chart in the middle. That's neat. That's very interesting. I'm not sure why they need that in there, but maybe if you want to make it in a different size. Talks about how to hold your hook. So I guess this is really, how to crochet too. Oh, here we go. All of that at the beginning. I think that was all. That was all how to crochet at the beginning. The actual instructions, I think I'm in the very center of the book. The actual instructions start. Oh, the conversion chart is the very center. Let's turn this up. Okay. The conversion chart is in the very center. And then the jellyfish starts on the very next page. So half of this book is just how to, not even the pattern. It's very interesting. There are tons of free amigurumi tutorials and free. Yes, there are. Somebody sent me a unicorn pattern one time because they don't crochet and they wanted the unicorn made. So that's how I got a unicorn pattern, and that's a paid pattern. And I made something. Oh, I was making the bumblebee, and I have lost my link. I thought I had saved it, like downloaded the pattern or something. I don't know what I did, but I can't find how to finish off the butt of the bumblebee. I know I could just, I want it to look right. I don't want it to come to a point or something. And it doesn't have the stinger in the tutorial, so I'm thinking about making just a little tiny I-cord and attaching it at the very back for a stinger. Usually has a cute bumblebee. Nice clear instructions. You should be fine with their patterns. Yes. I could look at her bumblebee. I could see if it's similar. I'm not sure where I've got the bumblebee right now. It's somewhere within reach of me, but I've got a box of yarn in front of me on its side, so it's like a sort of shelf, and it's sitting on the footrest of my chair. And then I've got some more cakes on top of it, and I've got a box of notions and a shawl. And oh, I was doing the Granny Meets Virus, the Virus Meets Granny shawl about, I don't think it was a week ago. But this was seashell, something. This is It's a Wrap Rainbow. And it's basically a size 2 for a fine sport weight. But I really like this blue. It's almost like a teal. It's not coming up. It looks more. Uh-oh, what just happened? My phone screen just did something. That was odd. Moodley is Tamara Kelly. Yes, Tamara Kelly. She has lots of nice free patterns. Yes. She used to be one of, before I started looking at all the patterns on YouTube, she used to be one of the main websites I went to a lot. Let's see, I'll turn that light back on. Oh, there it is. It looks a lot more true to color. Like a dark teal. So this is probably better than 2 foot from top to point. And then I reached 5'4", so that's 64 inches tall. So my wingspan is 64. So this is, oh, it's like just at 64 inches long then. it's a little expensive. It's like $12 before any kind of sales, 11 or $12. So if Michael's hadn't had everything on 70% off, I would not have been able to afford it. So yeah, this is my whole wingspan there from one side to the other. And so I've got another box of yarn. I've got a card table set up with stuff on it that I need to get it cleaned off, but I haven't done that. So anyways, so that card table is sitting over another box of yarn that's at the foot of my, at the end of my footrest. And so, yes, I agree. That's good for a shawl size, yes. Oh, thank you, Arnell's mom. I'm curious now, Arnell, how are you? I just realized that my headphone piece wasn't plugged in all the way again. Can y'all hear me okay? Maybe that's what happened. That's why my screen changed. I must have bumped it. Yes, I have a lot of yarn to start my projects. I do. I've got a whole box full right here. I think I ended up with 16 It's a Wraps between the rainbow and the regular It's a Wrap. And I'm not sure how much I like this, but it'll soften up after I wash it. But this is 75% wool, 25% nylon. So I'll have to get some woolite or something to wash this too. But I planned on making not stockings, like thigh highs with it. I've got 8 of them. Have a fiber spider shawl, 3/4 on. Oh, good. He has some beautiful stuff. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me. And I wanted to make that other one is like blue and gray. I don't know if you can, yeah. It's less vibrant blue than it's showing up, more of a gray blue. It's called Cadet Colors. And I wanted to make the thigh highs with this one because it's got red in it, and I'm partial to red. This is called Gray Brown Marl. And there's some brown there. That's pretty true to color. This one's showing up pretty true. And it feels about the same. So I'm not real sure about what I'm going to think of thigh highs. You know, I could always sell them when I'm done if I don't like them. It is a thing. I could just say they're blocked. Is that wrong? It does look a lot like denim blue. I agree. Did your grandma teach you how to crochet? I mean, I guess that would make sense. But that is really sweet. Uh, but yeah, I've got some others. I've never had any bamboo yarn. This is Trubu. Let's see if I can get one of these out. They're stuffed in here pretty good. Okay. Oh, I've been stuffing and restuffing this one, I guess. It's getting abused. But this is bamboo, and it is the softest. I've never. I've felt the Kobu because it's in Walmart, and this is just slightly softer than that. This is very silky feeling. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I got 9. And I'm thinking I can make a shawl. I've got white, like a very light celery. It's like a celery green. This silver and they call it scarlet, but it looks like dark orange to me. And I think that will make a beautiful shawl. These are, how much? It says it's 100% rayon from bamboo. It's a light 3. It is, I would say that is a perfect size to call sport weight. 3.5 ounces, 241 yards. So let's see, I've got 2. Do I have 2 of these oranges? I've only got 1 green, and I thought I had 2 silvers. I only see 1. So that'll make, if I've only got 8 of them, that'll still be a 16 and 41. 41 and 8 is 32, so 16. That's like 1,900 yards plus for one shot. That's going to be a nice size shot. I might be able to make a lap blanket out of it, and I don't know. I could try. You know what? A shawl will get less wear and tear than a blanket. I'll probably make a shawl with it. It's really soft, Mare. And I also got, I feel like I'm redoing the last live I did was about this yarn because I had just gotten it from Michael's. I got 5 of these. I bought them out. I love this. I've had some of these before. I had purple, and I've got a cream and a tan, and they're put up in a drawer thing in my bedroom, a little Sterilite drawer container thing. And but I was thinking when I saw that red, I was like, I should make something for my mom-in-law. But the more I look at it, I don't know. I've made her stuff before, and I don't know if she uses it. So I'm like, is she gonna use it if I make it? I don't know. But so there's always that. And I keep telling myself that I'm going to sell something, and then I make it, and it's like, oh, I want this. I love this so much. It feels so good around me, and I don't want to share this with anyone. But I have to fund my yarn habit. So you bought some pretty yarn. So I'm going to check out Marley Bird's wrap. It's sport weight. Oh, is it? Is hers sport weight? I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. After I went back and looked at it probably 10 times to make sure that I was doing the rows correctly, but I've pretty much got them down now, so I don't have to go back. It's still open in a background window on my phone. My boy is scratching, and he's like right up on me. Can you hear his ears? Shorty, Shorty, look at the, show the people. Yes, you're a pretty boy. Yes, you are. There's my puppy. He's my husband's dog, actually. But he thinks he's my dog. He thinks I'm mommy. He'll come out and he lays on my lap, or he'll snuggle up right beside my leg because he's like, I'm gonna be with you. And if there's something in the way, he lays on top of it so that he can be right there beside me. He is a funny boy. This is my spot. They said you're handsome. Yes, they did. You're a handsome boy. I agree. I agree, Mayor. See, I didn't know my mom was gonna like yarn stuff, and she loves it. She's always sewn, and yeah, I made her something. I made her a dishcloth. I made her a wonky dishcloth. And she said that she just could not bear to use it as a dishcloth, and she stuck it up on a shelf underneath a figurine. It was just so wonky. It was made out of that Lion brand cotton that they put out a couple of years ago. The marled looking stuff, uh, cream and brown, I think. Hey, Brett, how are you? Thank you. Um, it was it's very interesting. Actually, I think I had the one with the pink and the blue and cream, and it's a very interesting colorway. But it wasn't something that it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was ugly, but it's not something I would hang on the wall. Yay, Jane! So I guess your puppy went pee for you, or piddle, as Lisa says. Yay! Hey, T and T. Say what? T and T McCrazy's High Heart Song, tuning in from the girls channel to show you more. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you so much, Kia. My kids, I'm like, my friends on YouTube, they're this or that or the other. Uh-oh, I see that I have a guest. Jane! Hey, Jane! Jane is in the background. She's gonna come in. How do I invite a guest? No, that's not what I want to do. I want to add Jane. Add to stream. Yes.
Yay!
There we
How's
go.
it going? It's kind
Yay!
of hard to
Hey!
figure out which side to turn, isn't it?
What?
It's hard to figure out which way to turn. Looks like I have a
I've
lipstick.
I've got my phone turned sideways so it's landscape.
I'm on the computer, but even on my computer, it feels so weird because on my camera, the right is right, the left is left, but here is mirrored to you. So if you want to move to the right, you got to go to the left, or
Oh
or
yeah. Yeah, it's mirrored. Or not mirrored, but I don't know.
reverse.
It's so
Yeah, it's a mirror image because if you're looking at the mirror,
no.
you know, no.
No, this is my right hand.
Well, yeah, but
I've
I'm
got
not
it so
sure.
that y'all see it the way
I
it
don't know
is.
how to.
So words. Y'all can see the words.
Yeah,
If it were mirror, it would be
would it be
the Z
backward?
would be over here.
Okay.
It would say Zephyr Hills this way.
Where is that? Zephyr Hill. Where is that?
Zephyr
Do
Hill.
you
It's
know?
in South Florida. It's near the Everglades.
Where are you located again?
I'm in North Florida.
Ooh.
What'd you say?
So it's,
Hey. Oh, my husband doesn't think it's that far down. It's South Florida to
I do
me.
not know. I'm in Texas, so it's not that far. It's just on the other side of the country.
Wait, where are you?
I'm in Texas.
Texas. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't talk like a Texan with the hi hon, you know, the kind of singing they do.
See, Mayor said that. Let's see. My nephew sent me a picture with him in the hat, a big grin, obviously very pleased, but my niece and her family barely said a peep. See, that's how my mom-in-law is. I made my husband's, I started to say my husband's granny a shawl. It was pretty big actually. Um, I made it with the Yarn Bee sweet, what is that called? Sweet Delight. The Yarn
Mm-hmm.
Bee Sweet Delight in the cobalt blue, and then I edged it with green because she said she liked grass green.
Ooh.
And so I've got that back now because she passed, which, I started to say she was my granny. I loved her. But yeah, I don't just make stuff for anybody. I'm sorry. I'm just like I gotta love you to make it for you. Is that
So,
terrible?
no, actually, I think it's nice. I make stuff because I use a Spain blah, 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 management, and sometimes, and I like to make hats just because it's how you call um, instant gratification. Take about 3 to 5 hours to make a hat
Mm-hmm.
instead of this that is taking forever. So, and when I have too much, if anybody want to purchase, they can purchase whatever I already have made,
Yeah, I've
or
made a
I give
dozen
it away
hats or
to
so.
cancer patients or random people on the streets.
This is one of the squares I made for the Dana's crochet along.
I wanted to
It
make
only it only took me I think it takes me about 3 or 4 hours to make one square.
I love granny squares too because
And it
it
really
doesn't like I wish I did this in granny squares because then it's just to sew, but these
is it
start way down.
is that corner to corner?
Yes, corner to corner.
Yeah.
And I'm not advanced crocheter. I'm adventurous crocheter. So I didn't even figure out how to do this. So I'm tying here, and I have tons to weave because like this was the end of this is the hottest days when it passed 100, right?
Mm.
Never bet. This is hot, 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 and then go to the this is the 80s, 70 and 80s.
Oh my
Then
goodness.
it was the winter. Then start getting
Oh
the.
wow. How long have you been making that for?
It was supposed to be a queen size, so these I call these little squares. I make 20 squares per day, but as I told you yesterday, when I got to the middle of the year, exactly precisely in the middle of the year, I stopped. So if I did a what do you call a square, I would just start decreasing. Should have done the square as my
Oh.
first corner to corner.
Mm.
So I forgot. I'm not sure if I forgot or if I. Nah, I got cocky. And I thought, well, I can do it. And then I thought, when you get eventually gonna close. So, and I'm like, I mean, mid of October, nothing yet. So apparently, hopefully 2.5 months we'll be able to close on the top. If not, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make January, February, and March of 2020 because this temperature was for 2019.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Well, I told you my cat passed away. I got very sick, got
Oh,
hospitalized, had
yeah.
a stroke. Uh,
Well, no judgment here. I'm just,
so I fell out of love, and when a lot of things happen, and now my goal is to declutter my house. Just because I never feel well. When I feel well, I don't want to have to clean and do these and do. You know what I'm saying? So I have a
hmm
friend, She's not minimalist. She's extreme minimalist.
oh,
Everything she has. So, those hikers, those people that go to Everest and they carry a very large backpack. Everything
okay.
she possesses fits in the backpack.
Oh, my.
It's a good sized backpack, but everything.
And see, I keep telling my husband we need a bigger box.
Well, I sold my house and I live in a one bedroom apartment. And it's not very big, it's a 702 square feet. So I went from a four bedroom to a two bedroom to one. And it feels like every time I move, I'm giving, giving, and giving, and giving. I think I already gave more than 65% of my things. And as my health declines, I say, you know what? I say like I'm a snail with a big house, right? And I need to
Mhm.
be a slug. Just slime away. I don't need that weight. So I don't like neither one, but horrible creatures. But should have been
I
gone with.
almost envy people that are more minimalist than I am. I, I
Well,
am I am not a hoarder by any means,
oh, I am.
but
I have tendencies.
oh,
I'm gonna tell you, if you watch the show, the Hoarders show, if you pay it, don't watch as because many people watch in different way. I watch to hear the advice and to see the behavior of the person.
oh,
And 2 years ago, I watched the whole series every time before I take on a task. Almost take now some of them is not so good, but um, I noticed majority of every hoarder has a very creative, busy mind.
oh,
So that's why they pass by and they see something, a chair with three legs. And they said, well, I'm going to bring it back. She look good. I'm going to put the fourth leg. However, they also are not very healthy or they're poor and they don't have the money to acquire their fourth leg because,
mm-hmm.
believe it or not, to buy a leg for a chair is almost the price of a whole chair. That's why people toss it because it's cheaper to buy a new chair than buy just the thing to fix.
No.
So I start. It took me. Well, I grew up very poor. I didn't have a bed until when I got married. So that one of the reasons why I have tendency to be a hoarder. I have a very creative mind. I like to do recycling things and upcycling things. So it can be dangerous. And when I've got very ill and I went totally blind the last time, and I had five surgeries in my eyes. It totally changed. Up close, I could see sharp as could be. Now I far away, I see like an eagle, but up close, I have these glasses. It's just for reading. It's trifocal. I need a strength to see the computer, one midway and one for things that I do up close. So
So are you
it's very
farsighted now?
yeah. I can see things very far away. Except when I have migraine, my vision get blurred because of the aura. So it doesn't matter. It's very frustrating. But blindness run in my family, so it is what it is. My brother
My
had three cornea transplants. My aunt went blind. It happens a lot. I do not know why. We never know. But anyway, so we just so I noticed after I went blind, everything else I found out that I have RA. I found out that my fibromyalgia went totally out of whack. Totally out of whack because I just moved to Texas. I didn't even finish unpack. I didn't even start unpacking, and when I was with everything packed, the whole process that I was blind, and then when I was about to start to unpack, we had to move, so I had to repack everything or just leave things packed. So it's very interesting how things happen, and then I noticed that I figured out that my migraine became, because there is chronic migraine and there is above chronic, it's refractory. That's when it's like, thank you. That's like bad company, came and don't want to go away. So I have migraine constantly. I'm constantly in pain. So
My
that
husband
meme
has
that
chronic
says,
migraines.
yeah, tell him to take care because it can become worse, can become refractory. I have migraines since I was 7 years old.
Oh,
It
his
runs in my family.
his was caused by traumatic brain injury. He's had one doctor that actually said that, but
There are several, and by the way, there is several types of migraine. It's not just one migraine. It's not just migraine. There's so many migraine. Ta 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 ta. Ta. There is a proper name for it, and there is different symptoms. There is so many things that triggers migraine. Is just incredible. It's amazing to see
he
how
can't eat
messed up we
anything
are.
with MSG or
I
if
love
it's
bacon. I just found out they sell bacon without the
oh yeah
nitrate.
yeah
And
uncured bacon. Yeah, I can
I
have that.
cannot
I can't
I
have
cannot have bacon. I cannot
well
have Chinese food.
I can have turkey bacon, but even uncured pork bacon will make my stomach hurt. I can
To me, is
have I can have pork
so
sausage, breakfast sausage, and it doesn't make my stomach hurt, and I don't know why, but I'll take it.
because it doesn't. For you to find out what it triggers your migraine, there is an app called Migraine Buddy.
I think
Sounds
he's probably
like
got it.
buddy. And every day you type where it hurts, and then you go to the next page, and it says
Do you have an app
what
called
happened
Migraine
today.
Buddies?
Um,
Buddies? Yes, he's got it.
yeah,
He's
so I really like, and if you keep a year of it, I'm gonna show what is the triggers. So if you like, I drink Coke because I like the caffeine. I don't like the caffeine. It helps me because
onions can trigger his migraines.
there is this difference. There is one thing that I'm
He's
sorry, the
even said
vessel. Either if it is
bananas.
bananas, bread, cheese, wine,
We don't drink,
caffeine.
so I'm not sure that
I don't
if
drink
that.
either. I'm stupid enough sober, but that's what I tell
You
people.
what?
I said I don't drink because I'm stupid enough sober.
Oh,
I never drink. I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. But there's a list. My doctor gave me a list of 3 pages, small print. Every time you eat something, if you notice within 20 minutes that gives you a migraine, cross it. So that's how I figure out, because it's a trial and error. There is no way they can tell you stop eating chocolate, because you can eat chocolate and help you, or you can eat chocolate. For me, I get a little bite of chocolate. I don't even like chocolate, to tell the truth. But let's say if somebody give me a cookie with chocolate, I can go like 20,
I love chocolate.
19, 18, and then boom. But the
It'd be really
bacon,
hard.
I had a lot of hot dogs. I had a lot of hard time, and then I start figuring out what it was, because it was all like aged meat, processed meat. So the
Yeah.
processed meat has the nitrate, and then one day I was telling my friend I cannot eat these. Like there's nitrate. What about this? Has nitrate. And my husband said, "You know what is nitrate?" I said, "Must be the cousin of TNT, because I eat it and my head explode."
Oh,
I didn't know exactly what it was, but it's very interesting.
I don't buy anything that I know has nitrates in it. I know that nitrites can come from celery, so I'm not so worried about nitrites. But yeah, I veer away from any
But I
of.
think it's a little different if it is a natural thing like a plant
Mhm.
and a
Yeah,
powder that they're gonna mix it is the chemical is how you say the man-made stuff.
like the hot dogs that we get say they're nitrate and nitrite free, or they're no no added preservatives, but it has nitrites from celery in the ingredients. That's what it says, nitrites from celery.
It's insane. I'm sorry, I eat a lot of animal crackers because
Oh, I haven't had an animal cracker in
well,
forever.
see, I'm on a diet. I'm doing Weight Watchers, and these have less points. And what I like, I don't like sweet stuff.
I think they have cornstarch or something in them. I can't have a lot of corn stuff, so I can't have them. And then they've got eggs in them, or they used to. I don't know if they still do, um, because I
That
know they
sucks.
changed it.
You
They don't
cannot
have.
eat eggs.
My youngest daughter is allergic, so I don't bring a lot of stuff like that. And
I
animal
would die if I were
crackers.
allergic to eggs. I eat about 4 eggs a day. I wake up in the morning, I boil some eggs, and I eat just with salt and pepper. And then lunch, sometimes I don't want to eat anything. I make what in Brazil, what we call tortillas, is it's like a Spanish tortilla, not the Mexican tortilla that is a flatbread, but is like some with potato with is a whole bunch of food mixed with the eggs, and then you put it in a pan
Oh,
and let
like
it
a quiche.
brownish like a quiche, but without the cheese. But you can put the cheese if you want. But
I
originally
thought
doesn't have
quiches have cheese. I'm not sure about that.
majority of it is French.
Oh, well,
Quiche.
you get. I don't know.
So yeah, and but also it's different because the
Hot dog's
quiche
pretty
has
good.
like a pie shell, and then it's like
Are
an
they
omelet.
Ostermeyer? I think they're
It's like
Ostermeyer Mayor.
yeah, it's like a omelet in the pie shell quiche,
They're
and
naturals.
yeah, I'm not sure, but anyway, going back to this thing, I start feeling sicker and sicker. I stopped working. I started getting disability. I was very blessed that first time I went to court for disability, I got it approved with no fuss, no nothing. The judge was very nice to me, and my friends just got like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I think it was a miracle." It's like it was a miracle because my friend went to court 7 times, and it has been 8 years that she's trying to get it. And she has multiple sclerosis, that is a progressive illness. It's not
Oh,
invisible, but it's progressive. So I went normal, me, my dog, my husband, and my walker. And the judge said, "Wow, not every time you have the whole assemble like that." Oh yeah, you can, but the original quiche is with the little tart, whatever they call in France. But um, then I start. Then before I moved out of the house when I went blind, I started giving things away. I started getting rid of it. Then I moved to my second apartment that was a 2 bedroom. And about 3 years
my
ago,
grandma had laser surgery on her eyes this week. I
I did
wonder.
too.
She's got macular degeneration, and she was. I think she still has. She could see shadows about a year ago.
Yes.
She could she could still almost see colors,
but
That's a very
it
it's
was
very
faint.
progressive too. I don't have that, but it's very similar. Because I'm blind. I was born blind in one eye, so the vision in that eye is pretty close to that. I have a big, let's say, if this is the vision,
Mhm.
I have a scar this big. So I just
Okay.
see like a little bit on the side, and but still
Yeah,
they
she
have to
could see in
both
her
eyes.
peripheral, but she couldn't see straight in front of her.
Yeah, but yet you don't have a peripheral vision anyway, or depth perception. It's horrible. That's why you can't drive when you have that, because you have no depth perception. However, because I was blind in one eye since I was born, it's different. Like, say, if you were born without arms, life is hard. But if you lose your arms after you're 25, 30, it is a whole different shebang.
Yeah,
It's
because
a
then you know
lot,
what you lost.
and you have to learn how to survive with that. I see people crocheting with their feet. They were born without the arm. They didn't just lost the arms. So even though sucks, they don't know the difference. So the same thing with my vision. I don't know any difference. So anyway, I noticed that was getting very hard. So my goal this year, I got a so my second apartment in Texas, I gave kitchen table, chest of drawers, material, yarn, but even whatever was in the kitchen sink, I almost gave the kitchen sink as well. Except I couldn't give, but it was very interesting. And then I moved to my first one bedroom apartment, and I felt very claustrophobic. And I moved from 800 to a 700. And about 3 4 years when I moved to Texas, a large two-bedroom apartment was 600 $700, right? And now a two-bedroom is twice as much, 14 1500. So I was like, I'm not gonna spend that much. Usually one bedroom is the dump it all bedroom, and because it's just me and my husband and the dog, the cat. So I'm like, now any more thing to clean. So now when I moved, I did a Marie Kondo. I do Marie Kondo since the first time I start purging of everything. I pick up things that spark joy, and the rest
Mhm.
go. It makes
Oh
me.
yeah, I know what
I'm
you're
telling
talking
you,
about.
it's not if you have. I'm gonna bring the colors up here. So if you have all these and you don't know which one to give, for instance, for me, of these three, I
I
would
like
keep the.
all of those together.
I know, but if you were trying to, I know the
I know.
colors didn't help,
I know.
but
I
if you
understand.
had to choose, you choose the one that you like, you're attracted the most. Something like, for instance, the clothes you wear. Have you ever noticed that your closet is full of clothes and you have
Clothes that
nothing
I
to wear?
don't wear. Yep.
Because you always wear the same clothes. So those are your favorite clothes, the one that make you feel good, the one that is comfortable, right? And the rest you sometimes you purchase because it was on promotion, because sometimes you needed to just vent and had a relaxed day, how you call shopping therapy day,
I do
or
have a couple
because it was a
things
gift.
that I never wear, but they are my favorite, and it's like, when can I wear that? It's like I've got a red dress with these black. It's got a black bow on it, and
This year is very hard for you to get rid of everything because we don't get out very often this year. But for me, that has been my life since 2018. I never left the house. So 18 now, 16. So, I think that was very easy for me to get rid of my suits and my fancy clothes because I don't get out of the house very often. When I do, I go to the doctor. And
those
it
are
was
true.
easy. Yeah. And when I go to the doctor, I'm not feeling well. Who cares what I look like? And I kept one set of clothes for church, one a little bit of for when I need to go somewhere that I need to be presentable. I wear a lot of t-shirts and I wear a lot of caftan. So those stayed, and the rest I just pick up.
I wear a lot of pajama pants and t-shirts.
That's what but that's what you like, and you know, when you wear the same ones, and then to get holy, and it's holy, and you're still wearing the thing because you like a lot. That feeling is what sparked joy
I do
because
have
it's
some
something.
slacks and nice shirts that I wear out to town when I go shopping or whatever. I live in the country. We always called it town whenever we went
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. I lived in the country too when I was in Wyoming. Like the first Walmart was 55 miles away from my house. So
Oh
you really
wow.
get, yeah, is everything in Wyoming is remote. So you really got to plan your goes
We
about.
lived we lived about 17 miles away from the nearest Walmart when I was a kid. It was a half-hour drive.
Yeah.
So,
In Wyoming, we drive pretty fast too. The interstate is 80 miles an hour. So
oh
55
wow.
miles is like half an hour too. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, you're not
But
allowed to drive anywhere in Florida that fast, I know of, except
Texas,
for racetracks.
I went, my first doctor here, I fell in love with her. She moved to Connecticut, but was 10 miles away. I said, what is 10 miles? I just moved from Wyoming. 10 miles is like around the corner. It took me an hour to drive 10 miles in Dallas. It's insane because it's so crowded. But anywho, so get that feeling that brings joy. I'm gonna finish this thought. Um, and I did purge 65% of my wardrobe 2 years ago, and what helped me to get rid of my favorite clothes that I never worn, and it was expensive because I used to have a good job, was going to an organization that like those women that are abused and mistreated, and they are starting over from nothing. So this organization teach them skills, teach them everything, and set up clothes for them to wear to go to job interview. So
Okay.
that really, it really makes me. It was easier
Yeah.
to let it go because gonna be used somewhere, and whatever they didn't want to move to the thrift store where everything they sell go to help people with dialysis stuff that they
I've
say for
got
the
some
kidney.
yarn in my bedroom that I was like, I'm not crazy about this color. So I got it all together and it's in a bag somewhere, but it's hiding behind other yarn now. It has to be because I haven't seen it since. I've looked for it. I want to send it to someone in particular. I know, but and I haven't said anything to them because it's like, when are you going to send me that yarn? Well,
Well,
whenever I find
see,
it.
that was a mistake because one of the things I learned because I'm decluttering forever, and I went from a 4 bedroom to that was like huge with an acre of land with a huge 2 car garage with everything to a 700 square feet apartment. And now I'm in a mission that I want to make this feel very comfortable. And
Yeah, I haven't said anything to them about sending them the
so
yarn.
you
I'm
gotta
just,
make yourself liable for that decision. The best
yeah,
thing is
that's
when you
why I
pick.
don't.
So if you decided to give this away, you're like everything that I decide to give it away is already in the envelope to go. And once you put it in the envelope, you close the envelope and you never open again.
Well, I
So if
didn't
you
make
put
the
it in the
decision
bag,
right then that I wanted to send it away to this person. It was a little bit later, but when I went looking for it, I don't know where I put it.
you gotta put it by your front door already in a box,
Disappeared on me.
just
Yeah,
waiting for you.
right.
And
Really should.
I'm telling you, never ever open a box once you put it in a box to donate to sell or whatever. And if you're gonna sell, you gotta set up the shop and do it. I sold a lot of the stuff on Facebook on the it's called the market value marketplace on
Oh
YouTube
yeah, I know
on
what you're talking
Facebook.
about.
There all crochet stuff there sells a lot. Everything sells a lot. I was shocked. I was shocked how things move over there. I sold everything I wanted to sell in less than a month. You
I
know,
haven't. I've looked at Marketplace, but I've never put anything on it, and I've thought about it, but then
the
I'm
secret is the photos.
hesitant.
You gotta have good photos. You gotta take very good photos
Good
with a proper
photos.
light. Not that photo that is like all fuzzy, how you say, all blurry, because this way people. But she says she keeps shopping. What?
She says that she keeps a shopping bag with stuff that she's gonna mail out.
I do too. I have a thing because I don't get out every day. So tomorrow or Thursday, I'm gonna walk towards the dentist, and the dentist by the post office. That's when I'm gonna mail it, the stuff for Triple C. And for everybody else that I made stuff, and then I think it's gonna be good though. I got rid of so much stuff. I'm very sentimental too.
Oh yeah,
Are
I
you?
my mom had to teach me how to throw stuff away when I was little because I was so sentimental. But yeah,
See,
I don't consider myself. I've watched the yarn hoarding shows. I don't consider myself a hoarder. I've watched the yarn hoarding. I've watched the hoarding shows. I don't consider myself a hoarder. But I probably lean that way a little bit. So, but
everybody that is creative has hoarder tendencies in my mind, because your
I
mind is creative.
I collect so I can make, not so I can
That's what
keep.
they'll say. Pay attention, a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. I'm a collector. Sure.
I have I collect the yarn so I can make the stuff, not so I can sell it, not so I can keep it. I
I'm just
put
messing with
stuff
you.
I put stuff that I know that I need to sell. I put it all together and I tell myself, okay, you know what you have planned for this. You know what you need to do with this. You're going to have to do it. And,
It's really
and
hard.
for now, it's just sitting there. But
Have you
like,
opened an online store?
no, I haven't.
I had my bucket list, my Etsy store. I wanted to have an Etsy store so bad, and it was so much fun when I opened. I was thrilled. I sold a couple things. I didn't have a lot of luck. Oh my goodness, so close.
21 stitches.
So you're gonna take the last thing, or
I am not. I was thinking that I would put a border on the edge. So I would take out uh, the
so
last
you're
row
gonna
that I
buy
did.
more? Which yarn is
No,
that?
this is it's a wrap rainbow from from Red Heart. This is the Virus Meets Granny shawl that I was showing
I made
earlier.
it. I made that one with the spider. What's the name of the guy? Spider.
Fiber, yes, yes, from
Spider.
Cyber Spider.
I
Or well,
love.
not by. He did the tutorial.
Yeah,
Um, it wasn't
that's the
his
tutorial I use.
original pattern.
Isn't that a wonderful tutorial?
It is. It is. It's great.
It takes
He is so
three
thorough.
videos, three long videos. He actually made the show with you,
Yes, yes, he does. Yeah.
and he
Let's
goes. He has a lot of patience to teach.
his address mailers and boxes and fill them up to send out. And no, I do not have an Etsy shop. Etsy shop.
I do. It's called. Is that what's the name of my channel? When before I changed my
To
name, it's
yourself with
Wildly
dreams.
Crazy Bee. But
I thought about making an Etsy shop.
I heard that McCarty is better now because that seat is not really good anymore.
Did you say what? I'm sorry.
I
What'd you
heard that
say?
Etsy is not as good anymore
I yeah, I was
because they
reading something the other day that was talking about how once you make $10,000 worth of profit, that they put your stuff out for advertising and they charge you for it, whether you want the
or not.
advertising or not. And
But
so,
it's not that for you to sell something, you have to
so
create ads
if you
because,
don't plan on selling a lot of stuff, I guess it would be good.
but
But
it's
if
hard.
you
People, you're gonna
do
be
plan
behind. If, let's say if you put shawl, right? You're
on,
gonna see the first couple pages. Let's say if you put crochet hat on the search
mhm,
engine on Etsy, you're gonna see that the first 5 to 7 pages they have ad, like they pay a fee to pop up first. So if
and
you're a new store, you're gonna be way like the 500, the 1,000 page behind. So it's unless somebody knows about your store, um, you're gonna
I've
be
tried
biting
to
the dust.
search. I've tried to search for Etsy for stuff on Etsy, and it's just a mystery to me.
It's a horrible search engine.
I don't
I can't
understand it at
find
all.
anything. But McCarty has a better.
McCarty's.
Yeah, I opened one, but I think I have a lot of beads, and I'm gonna get rid of my beads, and I wanted to maybe put something there. I'm not gonna do crochet for. Yeah, that's true. But remember also my big beef with Etsy was. Remember when Etsy was new and it was a place for home,
Barely.
for handmade stuff,
I
right?
remember when I was first hearing about it, but I didn't know very much about it then.
Oh, I was an Etsy holic. I used to love. Yeah,
Oh,
McCarty. What an ugly name. Why these people cannot come up with an easy name? Like Revelry. Never say that it's really hard. But Etsy, the the pride and joy of Etsy is because it was for handmade products that was not made in bulk. Then
hmm
a couple years ago, they decided to, if you're like a very small company with less than 12 people, and then start coming these people that had employees or partners, and then they took all the fun away. Yeah,
yeah,
Shopify is good, and even Amazon handmade or Amazon something. I
some
I
handmade.
almost opened the store, but then I didn't with Amazon. I was so sick, and I didn't want to. That's the thing with
I
my
didn't know
channel
they
as
had
well. I try to do things, but I don't feel well, and then like, it's just then I get so emotional and cry a lot, and it's just awful. But I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm cleaning a mess here on my craft corner is where the dining room is. There is a. Let me see if you can see on the other way. See the cabinet there? I'm gonna
What
put
is it?
some like over this brown thing here. This is my is a it's like a wardrobe that opens into a sewing table. It's like one of those um desk that is like a gadget almost. You pull out and there's all those little things that you're gonna open, and something that and then is when you're done you can shut, and it's just a wardrobe look like. So that's my desk. So in the back um I'm gonna do a decoupage, and I want to make mandalas and glue that, so just to make something very crafty and
hmm
So I'm organizing the corner, and I'm purging of a lot of things. I made a rule for myself. If an item needs 5 material, I need to have at least 4. If I don't, because I am in, I'll say I don't, I'm not embarrassed of anything. My income is $900 a month. It's very low. So if I don't have the money to buy the other material, what good is it to be carrying 2 to 3 material if I'm never gonna have the money to finish?
Mhm.
You know,
I
so
get you.
so I decided I'm just gonna be realistic. Sometimes you gotta be very tough on yourself. Like the yarn you don't like, right? You look, you go, ugh, I don't like it. For instance, this color, I hate this color. I hate pastels. I hate any baby colors. If you're gonna give me pink, give me pink. Give me fuchsia, something like that. Give me color. So I don't like the things that looks like you. This to me looks like a white yarn and that was put it in the washer with a red sock and got
Oh
like
no.
that. I don't like colors like that.
Oh,
So
that's funny.
this
It's
is,
terrible.
yeah, I like color. If you're gonna so when somebody asks me to make a baby thing and is ugh, that kind of light green, light blue, light yellow, light everything, I go like no, because I can't crochet, I can't knit. So it's very hard. I made it for a couple people, but that thing that doesn't, it can't, it seems like forever. So I decided to keep just the yarn I like. This is the rest of the dead yarn uh, yarn from dead people. I need to tell this story real quick. In Wyoming, when people died, the family used to leave boxes and boxes of yarn in front of my door. Every day I opened the door, there was about 5 huge boxes, like those U-Haul large boxes, in front of my house with yarn. And it was not
Oh,
dirty or anything. It's just things, So I like pretty yarn, but and and my basement got full of yarn. So, she's not either. I did not know. It's like blah. It's just like, give me color, don't give me color. Um, so I gave all that yarn away. These ones that is newer, like this one, is from Michaels. Um, because I had to buy one more to be able to finish,
what kind are
and
those?
it's the generic one from Michaels. I do not know the
Craftsmart?
name. Yeah, and this is fuchsia. Looks kind of red, but it's fuchsia. And this lady, when I moved here, is from Texas, and somebody came with a large, um, a large bag of yarn. And I was like, I said no. And she said, just let's take a look. So I got the blues, and I was already planning with the rest of the dead people yarn,
Oh no,
and
I forgot about
so
Rob.
I have dead people yarn and blind people yarn. The lady went blind. She her so her she had the same problem. How you call the thing? So she finally went blind, and all her yarn was brought to me, and I go, no. After 5 years carrying dead people yarn, I don't want it anymore. And I don't want to start the blind people clubs yarn either. So I got whatever I want. I got about 12 skeins of yarn from those humongous 65, 85, whatever you could. I think that was a body bag because the thing was huge. And I said, take two. I said, go to a nursing home, go to a school and give it to them because it was clean. It was in impeccable condition. You know what it is? I like to make hats. That craft, what is it called? Like this.
Oh, the Probably Craft Smart. I mean, Craft
Craft
Smart is
Smart.
just rougher than Red Heart.
It's rougher. So this doesn't do a good hat unless it's a clutch that you want it to be very firm. But also is a
Mhm.
itchy yarn. So
Yeah.
I didn't. I like Red Heart with Love. I think it's a very good, firm yet soft. So I decided to do this, and I'm like, eh.
You're a cool
And
Zach.
so I'm just getting rid of stuff. I got rid of a lot of stuff this week, and it was very hard. Tomorrow I'm gonna on my live in Portuguese, my live stream. I declutter with the people Portuguese, and because they don't understand the concept of declutter, because everybody's so poor. When I say, oh, I have 200 pens, 80 pencils, or mechanic pencil. I don't need all that because I don't write every day like I used to when I was an interpreter. You have to have paper and thing. And I said, oh, well, this is gonna go. And they said, you're gonna toss it in the trash because we heard you can find all kind of trash, all kind of stuff on the trash in the United States. You can furniture house going through the trash. I was like, yeah, if you want to end up with bed bugs and other things, sure. I said, and it's also not trash. It's by the trash. It's on the curb and it has a big sign saying free. So it's different from trash. And I explained that to them. And I said, I'm not tossing on the trash. I'm taking to um, a place where somebody can use or to Goodwill.
Is that why you almost tossed your
Goodness.
phone out of the window, Zach? It's
Go get
running
a
on you.
charger. Go get the charger.
No, he said it is. It only made it to 11% in an hour.
What?
So either he needs a new charger or it's his
My
port.
phone
It's
is
not
like that
making a
too.
good connection.
What kind of phone do you have? Mine is not charging at all. Good grief. Or you gotta empty your phone because it's too much stuff, you know. This doesn't move, people. This doesn't move. And then you gotta count 20 segments. What
Okay.
did she say?
Mayor said that so people have also given me yarn when their loved ones passed. I used that same yarn to make stuff for the people who gave it to me, so then they got something from their loved one's yarn. That's really
That's
nice.
nice.
I think I've seen
But
you say that before.
but if they give you a certain amount that was unbearable, my basement, I have a four bedroom house. So there was the basement that almost went through the whole house. I had a store. It's a lot of yarn. So that's why I gave it to Grannies for Grannies program, because
Mhm.
it's a program where grannies
Mhm.
make Granny Square and make stuff.
That makes me. It's my mom asked me to teach her how to make granny squares a while back, and she has never found the time to sit down and learn. So, I'm just like, whenever she wants to come and sit and learn it, I'm here. But, you
She's
know,
not. If she
she,
doesn't, she has to be doing stuff. She doesn't know how to sit down, relax, and crochet or do something
my
like that.
mom sews.
My
She
mom's doing
has
it.
sewing machines, and when she does sew, she says that she almost feels guilty that she wasn't sitting with my dad watching TV with him, or she wasn't washing dishes or
What does she make?
sweeping or, huh?
What
Do
does she
what?
make?
She's been quilting for a little while, a few years now. She made us some dresses when I was a kid, like really long, elaborate. Um, she bought this this material. It was white, or it was white background with a purple polka dot fade into all these this really elaborate purple flowers, on it would be on the side of the material. So you turn it sideways and you wrap it around and it makes a skirt with the flowers at the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's pretty.
It it was beautiful. And my sister, that one was hers. She kept it until it started fraying on the edges.
It's like
But
Easter dress, right?
yeah,
It,
yeah, it was a
it was
dress
very
that
springy,
it was
right?
a it was an Easter dress. Yeah, it was really nice. But she
I
only
think
did
they're
that a few
gorgeous.
times. She made me an apron a few years ago because I had said to her quite a few times that I didn't have an apron and I needed one, and I never got around. I didn't see them in stores or anything.
I love to make aprons. I think aprons should be mandatory. It would save too much clothes, but I even wanted to sew aprons and make a apron store, but I don't think apron's gonna come back.
I don't know. My daughter likes aprons. Yeah. Anytime she goes, even if you don't need one, she's like, "Okay, I need my apron."
That's how
Because
in the
she's
50s everybody was like fancy and still did housework. I was like, how's they was so tight? Like everything horrible life. I think I do not know. I wasn't there, but imagine you should have to be all properly
oh
dressed
my
and
gosh.
still clean and iron and clean some
It's a
more.
different world.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was looking at the commercials. I do not know if you do that. Look, commercial from back when everything was so oriented for you to take care of your house. So you didn't have anything but the house. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm pretty.
Teach people to crochet, so I go give those newbie crocheters glitter stuff to get started.
I did
That would be
that.
nice.
You know what I did? I used to make like I like to. My husband says I like more to make the use the ball winder than really
Hmm.
crochet. That thing is fun, isn't it? So I used to get the scans, and I have a lot of. I got acquired a lot of with the yarn has all the notions,
Yeah,
and I used to put it in a pretty little thing and make write a how you say get the set and a ribbon and get the yarn and the ribbon and give it to them and teach how to crochet or knit.
I can see how
And
using a yarn winder could be very fun. I want to say fun. I'm just looking for a different way to say fun.
it is just fun. It's just too much fun. It's just the I wanted to how you call the one that you open when you buy those big skin that is all twisted that you want to put it in that little thing that look like an umbrella.
Yes,
You know
those are, I know what those are called, but I can't think of it. In fact, when I was a kid, I used to see those anytime my mom cleaned houses, and sometimes people would call her to come like clean up their attic or whatever. And I would go with her on Saturdays or, you know,
and they
because,
were tossed.
and they would try to give her stuff and she wouldn't take it. She would take it off or she would donate it somewhere. But she didn't take stuff that she didn't use. But I remember seeing some of those. Somebody had like three of those. And
Mm.
I remember asking her what they were. And she was like, I don't know. I think they have something to do with yarn. And I was like, what do people want with yarn? I was like 7 or 8. Why would anybody need one of those? Why would you have so much yarn that you.
Now it's amazing. The lady that I learned how to spin yarn with. I do not know if you were in a live stream that I was telling that story. I learned from. I almost need. We the only thing we didn't do is to shear the animal, but we got um,
I've
the whole
watched videos
entire
on that.
fleece. And because I learned how to make yarn because I wanted to make yarn with dog hair. And everybody, ooh,
I want
and
to learn how to wind the yarn with
mm-hmm,
my bats or whatever because I watched videos on sheep
it's
shearing and
addicting.
stuff.
It's addicting.
It
I
it
have
looks way hard. It
I
looks
have a
very neat.
Navajo spindle. That's the one that you use on your thigh instead of the drop one.
Oh yeah.
It's a
I don't
Navajo.
even have a drop spindle.
It's easy to make it, and but I don't have the strength to keep my arm like
Oh
this. So I use
yeah,
it on my leg, and my legs start getting bruised because I wouldn't put the thing down. But when I got the fleece, I chose like Domino because he was black, but
mhm.
the fleece kind of looked kind of grayish, and my dog was about the same color.
Oh,
And because believe it or not, when you make
people are
yarn,
weird about pet fur.
it's because people don't know that when you get the fleece, it smells like three things: pee, poo, and old straw.
What was
Because
that?
it's just the fleece. When you get the fleece
Mhm,
from the ship, right
mhm.
there, when the guy just finished shearing, and they put it in a very big
It's
bag,
greasy.
like the those for leaves and things. It has to be saved on a paper bag. When you open, you envelop because not all part of the fleece gonna make yarn for wearables.
Oh right, yeah, 'cause some of
That's
it's
why
too
it get
short.
pokey. Because it get pokey. Is
Oh right.
so you can do things like to make rugs and other things. Um, and she taught everything. She almost taught you how to shear the darn animal, but it was so interesting that when I opened that bag, that nice smell, that fragrance of poo, pee, and old straw hit me in the face. I was, ugh. And then people like, oh, it's gonna smell like a dog. No, it doesn't smell like a dog. What make the dog smell like the dog is the dog. So once you clean, just like wool,
Mhm.
don't go in the yarn. You
You
go like in the yarn in the store, and you go like, oh, yeah, oh, it smells good. If you
I
only
worked
knew
I
what
worked
that
for
thing
a
smelled like.
company of I worked for a national store one
Mm-hmm.
time, and they were selling a coat from I don't know what brand it was. I cannot remember. They were selling a coat that ended up having dog fur from it was a dog we don't have here in America. I don't remember what it was called, but it was technically dog fur. And when people found out what it was, they freaked and they had to do a recall. Because, they had to offer refunds for anybody who wanted one, even though they were really super nice coats. But but people freaked out whenever they found out that they were wearing dog fur, super soft dog fur.
Is super super warm. But it's not too bad. This idea of yarn dog fur came from that thing called Shed Happens, the company that made Shed Happens. Um, they have Persian cats, and they shear the Persian cats, and they because you have to do it, and then they start making little things like a bowl, a bag, something for the people to have a memory of the animal once the animal's gone.
Oh, right, yes. Uh, my husband talks about getting our dog stuff,
It's
and I'm
fun.
like, it seems almost morbid to me to think of our dog being stuffed.
No, not stuffed. They make like bags and something, but
And
it's
he
just
wants to
like
get
a
him
memory
stuffed.
keeper. Yeah, my husband said, let's mummify. Let's. like taxiderm our dog. I was like, are you crazy? Make a lamp or something. I was like, no.
He's got a sister who has his aunt used to have quail. She raised quail, and they somehow got a hold of a fox that had died somehow. They hit the fox. They hit the fox. Well, anyways,
No!
they took the fox and they had the fox stuffed with a quail in its mouth, and the fox stood up. It was like going to jump or something. It had its paws up, like it had one paw up. Anyways, it was in a sort of sitting position, and it had the quail hanging in its mouth. Like, and it sat in my brother-in-law's office. It probably is still there.
Well, in Brazil, it's so fancy. People like to eat the eggs. I was like the aspirin version of egg. You just, ooh, another one, because it's so little.
I'm,
Mm-mm,
I'm
mm-mm.
sorry. Hey, Yolanda.
Have you eat quail eggs?
What? I
Have you
have
eaten
not.
the egg?
No, I've
It's
been
just
told that
little.
it
It's small.
takes a
It's very
dozen to
little
make a. Yeah.
to make one regular egg.
What? Yeah. My
People go
husband.
crazy in Brazil. They make quail. They cook and they put a quail, a cheese, olive, and another quail egg in the skewer, and they make like hors d'oeuvre. I don't know even know if I'm pronouncing right. It's like
Wow.
things for parties. But I was like, I remember helping people to peel quail eggs, and I was like, this is worse than peeling potatoes in the prison. This is horrible. Give me the potatoes. This is so
Are you
little.
talking? Were they boiled?
Hmm.
Peeling boiled quail eggs.
And then they put in a skewer with to make hors d'oeuvres. It's amazing. They say it's a strong egg. I never tried. My mom loved.
It has a strong
Sometimes they
flavor, or the
I
eggshell
never
is
ate.
strong.
No, it's like a egg that has a lot of proteins and things they
Oh,
need. But also they get the egg, and I do not know what it's called in English, but they make a mix of a vinegar and olive oil and herbs and stuff, and they, let's say, a fourth of a cup of that thing, and let's say 200 eggs, and they just mix that thing so it has already salt and flavors. So when you put it in a skewer now, what do you call those little things? Cherry
wow.
tomatoes. Yeah, it's like it's smaller than a cherry tomato. That thing is just like you go pick your teeth. Oh, it's a quail egg. Okay,
Oh
just kidding. But I never liked it. I think
no.
duck. If it's not from chicken, I don't want to eat because I remember I used to have ducks and there was a lot of eggs in Brazil. I was like, oh no, I wouldn't eat. So they just all of a sudden I had tons of ducks in the house. I was like, God, this multiplied too fast. So I had to sell the ducks and it was yeah, but it's not pickled because pickled you gotta keep it there in a jar, brewing or whatever. They just mix the spices on oil and mix on the thing in the same afternoon or a couple hours because on top of it the egg was chilled, because you're gonna put it serve later. You cannot serve in a party an egg that
I can
wasn't
imagine.
chilled. And another thing, I only like warm. I cannot eat two things. I cannot eat cold: eggs and potatoes. Mm-mm.
You can't eat
That-
potatoes cold.
No.
I've done it. Potato salad.
Yeah, I'm a little germophobic. So people take me to potlucks. I just eat whatever I took,
Oh,
or it's grilled in front of me.
I know people like that. So,
And I after I lost my vision, I got much much worse. I'm not sure why. People bring me. I hate to say that out loud. People, if I don't know you and you bring me food, gonna go. Okay, thank you. I shut the door. I toss it.
oh,
I feel horrible, or I repass to somebody else.
well, if you don't
Like,
know them, I mean, I don't guess I would take food from strangers either.
yeah, but it's like, let's say people from church, that I don't know. In the church has a lot of members, and they come. Let's say you had surgery or whatever, and
Hmm.
I'm not sure why everybody always thinking the only thing they need is food. Have you noticed that? You can always
There's
count
not.
on people from
We
church with
did
food.
that for. We were doing that for a few years before last year, and then it stopped probably around October-ish, but the year before last. I don't think anybody was, had surgery or anything from then to January of 20. So,
I think food is very, very hard because you need to make sure that the person doesn't have dietary problems. Like if they bring you
right.
food to
I
you,
have
you cannot have
dietary
something like
problems,
gray
so I am
with
very
egg.
aware.
So and then somebody come and bring something and you're not gonna be able to eat or you can eat. Yeah, I ate duck egg, but it was a trick. Somebody gave me duck eggs and said there was large chicken eggs, and I trusted her because she had chickens, and she was laughing. I just want to hit her with the rest of the eggs, but I didn't. I was like, "How could you?" Oh,
It was bad. I mean, it didn't taste
no,
good.
I couldn't figure out which one because she mixed chicken with duck.
Oh, my husband used to volunteer to make me stuff he wanted to eat to a potluck, so he knew there was something safe to eat. Wait, my husband used to volunteer me to make stuff he wanted to eat at a potluck, so that he knew there was something safe to eat. Oh, well, no, 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 I can't say that I would be okay with my husband volunteering me to make stuff that he that would be like, you did what?
The thing is, you
Oh
go in the
no.
pot and sometimes you get something. Oh, I used to bite, and then you go like, and somehow you always get the hair that is like the magician thing with the
Oh no, no, no.
like the thing that the magician take out of the pocket. And I was like, never
Mm-mm.
again. I was like, I think they had a skein of yarn there, not or a dog or whatever. It's just hard. You
Mm.
know. Once I even found pubic hair, and I was like, okay, that's it, no more.
Wow.
I was
No.
like, no.
I
I said, and then I started getting more germophobic towards that, and I said, no more.
I
Unless
do
it's
not blame you.
okay. I'm gonna tell you what. There was this lovely lady from Wyoming, and she made brownies with everything organic. And no, it wasn't brownie. It was blondies. I never had
Right.
blondies before, and I thought it was delicious because I don't care for chocolate. So she made blondies for me for my birthday.
Hmm.
She made in the aluminum thing and give it to me. Those those that you after you use you toss it the aluminum pan. Um, and I took home and I cut the squares and ta ta ta, and I put it in my mouth. And it was pure hair, like she just cleaned the brush. And then I tossed. It's like, okay, I'm gonna give her a chance because I really liked her. And the third and the fourth, and I was like, okay, you all gonna go. I felt so horrible, and I wonder because her husband worked with hair, or with hair, no, with horse, like brushing or something. And I wonder because the kitchen is where they had the mud room too, and they come from the farm and just hang. And I do not know if this. I just
Oh,
wonder, because she was super clean. It was
I
a
don't
lot of
know. I
hair.
cannot imagine. She did not know that was in there. Either that
No,
or
and it
she
was
was
she was
very
she was
passive
blonde.
aggressive.
No, she was blonde, and the hair was all dark. Her whole family was super blonde, blonde
So that's why I
like
say she did not know that was in there. Either that or she was
but
very passive
and it was
aggressive.
very coarse. It was very coarse, and I thought, well, I think this is horse hair. It gotta be. It could be an accident, cause she wasn't one person that was doing something mean like that. She had a bunch of kids. Could it be, kids do crazy things or don't pay attention. But I'm telling, that was the last time I got gift from somebody. People, when people from church say, "Ah, you're gonna have surgery. Do you want any meal?" No, I already pre-made because I don't want to go through. When you bite into some hair on the food, it's horrible.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
she said it takes a while for you to get your stomach settled again. If it's your own hair, maybe it's okay. But if you don't know whose hair,
Yeah.
or if it's even horse or whatever it is, what is it? It was horrible.
I can't imagine who. Oh, mm, who hung stuff up and the batter was so close that that stuff fell into it and she didn't see it. How did I'm just how
If
did
you
you
have about 7, 8 kids and they are all very active, and you have 2 jobs and take care of a farm and do all that, you probably are running like a chicken with a head cut off. That's what I thought.
I'm thinking the youngest boy. It was the boy.
I think it was more an accident that her husband worked and had all the overall and things like that. I think it was an accident. It had to be. But I took about 4 or 5 pieces, and I couldn't. I didn't. It could be that's all there was. But at that point, I said, I'm done.
Yeah. I can't blame you at all. I don't blame you. Mr. Random
I'm
said,
that. I'm a
yuck.
lucky one. I'm always the prize winner of some hair or something in the food. I can't handle that anymore. And then the person say, "Hey, did you like it?" And you go, "Oh yeah, I loved it. Thank
Oh
you.
no.
The part that you don't have hair."
You
And
could have
how do
said,
you?
yeah, they tasted very good. Just to.
Yeah.
It's not really a lie if you admit the other part. It's just.
Well, it was good because I could taste the thing. It's just because the hair took all the fun away. It was horrible. And she left a very little dark on the edges. Like the part that everybody liked it. Like on the edge, I like the edge of every cake.
Oh.
She made so special for me.
She didn't know. She
She
didn't
didn't
know.
know. Didn't know. She really didn't. And you know what? I do not know. I do not know how that happened. But I feel so bad that happened. And
I
every
know.
year I moved away, and every year she sent me lavender essential oil from who knows what, one of those fancy Smanshy ones. And she does so many nice things for me, so I feel so bad. When my husband passed, my son
Cover
girlfriend said,
dishes.
"Oh man, that's horrible."
At least you have. If this girlfriend, comes around, you can show her how to add spices to the food. You take a little garlic and a
So
little
they cook
onion,
like a Norwegian, huh?
paprika or Greek seasoning or whatever you like. mad
Um,
about tossing it, but they were really clueless about being awful cooks. Oh,
no, and I'm gonna tell you, could it be like
Lady
my husband's
Tanya!
family? It's kind of like Vikings with Scottish, and they cook everything in the water. They basically just put it in the oil, and that's it. Oil and water and salt and pepper. There is no garlic, no onion, no green pepper, no nothing. And I come
Oh,
from a country that more spice means everything. It's just a preference, and they probably, they think it tastes good because it's what they eat. Except if you come from a different background, like if you have Italian or African American, where they really likes the spice and tasty thing, and then you get like somebody like my
heavy.
mother-in-law that is Viking, like Norwegian. Norwegian food, their lunch tastes like a disappointment. It's like blah with blah and even more blah. Have you ate
Pink!
Norwegian food? It's awful.
It's Pink! Pink is here. Pink and Lady Tanya. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
I love her hair. So
Pink's
blue.
hair. Pink is beautiful no matter what.
She might be one
Pink's
of those
hair is
people.
not really her hair.
No,
Pink,
but
Pink
it's
wears a
you love
wig.
it because it's blue. I always wanted
Her
to have blue.
her hair is growing out. I've noticed that her natural hair is getting a little longer. Pink is beautiful inside and out. I love Pink.
Baby pink or pink pink?
I love you too, Lady Tanya.
Ta-da! Finish 20 more.
All right. Are you going to a different color now, or are you stopping on that row?
Let me see what I wrote in my book.
This is what I've been
Yeah,
working on, y'all.
now I'll go. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Okay, this one I call buttercream because I do not know what is the color. Here's my question to you guys on that is watching. I do not know. My cat did that. This is a vintage yarn,
Hmm.
and I thought I would have enough, but this is for 73 degrees. I get a lot of 73 degrees. I need at least 260 more segment, those little squares here. And every single one of them has four double crochets, let's say like that, right?
Hmm.
Do you think I cannot find exactly this one? So I think
Um,
what's the name craft whatever. They have a similar one, and I think I love this yarn has a buttercup that is a little bit. It looks like yellow, but it's kind of a very light mustard. So I think I'm gonna get as close as possible just to finish this darn thing and call the whole thing good. Is it bad? Is that would you do the same, or would you try to?
I might wait
Okay,
and do it in a smaller. When you get to
I
do you
think
think
it's
that
gonna be just
color's gonna
about
come up again?
no, because this is from 1950s. I doubt it. You can 50s or 70s when they use the kind of brownish
If
those
you don't
yeah.
think it's gonna make the whole row and you want it to make the whole row, I would say find something else.
Well, from here now, I'm gonna be 20 here, 20 there, 20, 40. So it's not gonna be in my mind. I don't think it would be so noticeable. I will know, but if people just look at like
Is it gonna
unless it's
bother you?
at this point, no, because I just want to be done. Don't you want to kill a cat when they do this? Share things.
Are you okay, Zach?
Why did you do such thing?
My dad would have said, "Well, don't do that."
You know why they call the funny bone? I didn't even know why. But there is the, I do not know if you know, what is the name of the channel? Is, let me see if I find it here. Is the anatomy,
Do you see what Mare
anatomy,
said?
no,
Or use it as
Institute
long
of
as the other
Human.
was complimentary?
Okay, so there is this channel called Institute of Human Anatomy, and the thing here is a humorous, so that's why they call funny bone. And I was like,
Mm,
what?
God
It's
forgives
not funny,
Zach.
it really hurts, because that is a shocking, it shocks you too, right? Mm. Well, at least you're alert now.
Hmm?
At least he's alert.
Yeah, is now.
That's what happened when you start drifting. This one I think is red heart because, and I can't find another gray like this gray. The
What kind is
the
that?
I think it's red heart. Is that people yarn?
Is
It
that
didn't
just
come.
Red Heart
Is,
Gray?
yeah, it's a gray, but then here's a hue of blue. And I've taken gray with me. I and I can't match, but I have enough. This is for the very cold days, and in Texas doesn't have that much. If I were people, if I were to make these blanket this year, I would use the white because white was for snowing and didn't have any. We in 2019 we didn't have anything. I even chose a neon, ugly, yucky green that I had. I still have it over there looking at me, and I
Stop. You
said,
can make me laugh. And it's not funny.
no, it is from, it's very old. It is, I think, was from the 80s. It's a very ugly neon. And I said, well, if we pass 113, I'm gonna crochet with that because once when I first got here, they hit 118 and it was unbearable. And I thought, but if they get 118, for sure I'm gonna use this yarn. But I never did. So that was off the the thing. And I didn't use white because it didn't snow that year at all.
Oh,
Was it 2019 was very hot.
yeah.
I, I miss the snow. I miss the snow. I miss the snow. I miss Colorado. I miss Four Seasons. I like the cold, the hot, the I like, like you go
We
outside and
live in Florida, and I'm glad. We do get frost. It's, on the
frost is
coldest
not
days.
fun.
Frost, it covers the ground. It makes it look very icy and sparkly,
Yeah,
and
you
it
can
covers your
fall.
windows on your cars, and you have to scrape it off.
What is the fun on that? The snow, at least you can make snow angels, snowballs, the snow fight.
No, I don't want that. I mean, sure, when I was a kid, sure. But I'm not a
I
kid anymore.
think
I don't want it.
I think it's beautiful. I love the snow. I like the snowy day. You get
It is
in, you get
beautiful.
a cup of tea until people start driving and that thing become a dirty slush. But I like the snow. But I like the fourth season. I like summer, the winter, spring, summer, fall. In
I
Texas, I
think
do not know
Florida
if it's
summer
like that in Florida.
is
There is two
is
seasons, hot and wet. That's it. Was a miracle that we got snow, but then it wasn't fun because there is no electricity to warm up your house. And
yeah.
now the bills are coming six, 12, $18,000 because it's not regulated, so they can charge
Oh, was
whatever.
that you that said that somebody had not somebody's power didn't go out and they got a bill for $16,000 or something? That is
Yes, the state
insane.
of Texas do not fall is the only state that do not fall under federal regulation for electricity.
That is
So the
insane.
companies, they when there was demand for the electricity, they just who had electricity is paying for it because and they didn't have enough electricity. They didn't bury deep enough. So then the machinery that need the oil to send the electricity from point A to point B didn't have how to do that, and that's why we had blackout. Well, we didn't have blackout. We had they turned off the electricity in my neighborhood for 4 hours, and then there was in your neighborhood, and then when they turned off on yours, they turned on mine. Was weird. Um, a lot of electronics got blown. People lost a lot of things. A lot of pipes burst because people here didn't know or forgot that they had to leave the water at least
The
dripping.
plumbing business is booming right now, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, everything is blooming, and because I was walking my dog and there was so much trash, and I was like, why there were so many boxes? Like people had to buy here, my apartment complex, in each building at least had two apartments that got completely flooded because of the pipes. You
Mm.
know, the thing was in the first floor because it was when it's in the second, it's horrible because it comes through the wall and. But it's sad because there is no federal. They kept the federal out of bit. Uh, they kept whatever's theirs here,
Mhm. Mhm.
and there is no federal regulation like in the rest of the United States. They didn't go and made the cables to be buried deep enough so things froze, so they didn't. And for what I read, because I'm new in Texas, this happened every 10 years. So this is not the first time that happened.
It happens every 10 years.
Every time there is this cold front that is really really bad. Somehow they cannot they cannot cover the use of electricity as is demanded for cold weather.
Oh my goodness. They don't have a way
So
of storing the energy?
I do not know. I just know that I wonder why the people here hate the winter. Because on the first night when this happened, I was cold and I never feel cold because I have. You see, I look like I have lipstick. I kind of have fever
Have what?
because fever. So my
Fever.
lips get very red. Yeah,
Oh.
I get mild fevers at night, so I don't feel
Oh.
cold. I don't feel cold ever.
Good
I'm
for you.
always super warm. I'm pretty good to have around when you're cold. My hands are super hot. And by the time I feel cold, it's really cold. So I felt cold that night. But then in the morning, my husband, I have a lot of thermal um, fabric, and he put the thermal fabric um, in the windows, and we shut the curtains and everything. And I had those little lights here. I just bought it when I moved here because I want to put them in the fireplace. Because let me see if the thing is here. Um, then you're gonna say, why do I want to put this in the fireplace? Because I never use the fireplace. I think it's stupid to have fireplace in Texas. And even when it was super cold, the air just goes. It's not. It's not a. It's just for ambient. But these change colors. And it was $16 and I got for five. There is a group of five that has a remote control, and I wanted to make the fireplace pretty. So I put this like this, and I was crocheting, had one in each room. So, well, I'm glad that I purchased. But we were with that during the day and night. Everything was dark, and then today 72 degrees. So it was a horrible cold week. We still can find milk, cannot find anything. The stores is empty, 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 empty. So there is, I
Texas is a
think,
cattle
I'm
state.
in Dallas, but I heard that in Austin it's pure chaos.
Of course, I guess
Pure.
Wisconsin is the milking state. They get all the cheese.
That's what
Wisconsin
I
and
was saying.
California with happy
I
cows.
lived in Wyoming. Is a lot of snow, a lot of wind. Wisconsin, all those northern states, Montana, even Canada, where there is a lot of snow, people still get supplies. But here, one flake of snow, everybody stops like it's the end of the world. Everybody freak out in panic.
We had a snowstorm in 89 or 90. I don't remember. I was 5 that year. And, yeah, nobody, my dad had driven on icy roads before
Hmm.
because he had been to my uncle's in Alabama when it had snowed. So he knew how to drive on it a little bit, but nobody, he said there was nobody on the roads. And um, they were telling people, on the news, don't drive, just don't go anywhere.
Well,
And
I noticed few things, because I love driving in extreme weather. I'm one of those crazy people, and I noticed up north the streets are flat, really flat. So when the snowplow cleans up
right.
everything. In Texas, it has like a dome for rain.
Hmm.
So is so the rain goes and goes to the and it goes
Hmm.
away.
Yeah, that's
Also
how it is in Florida.
up north they have snow tires. Who gonna need the snow tire here for a week? Snow tires is very expensive. So the people are not prepared. Not
I was
so there was a
surprised when
week
they
of
didn't
snow.
send trucks from up north to deliver stuff to
Well,
y'all.
they didn't plow the streets. The streets is all in the angle, and people were sliding back and forth, and it was just total chaos. I said, people, you're not conditioned for this kind of thing. They,
Because I guess that has
like,
got to do with
have you ever,
fog and
when you drive in
everything.
the snow and your car lose control and you go into the left, you don't turn to the right. You kind of maneuver very slowly away from, you know, go with it, and then get control. And they goes like we, and
Hmm.
people were turning because they didn't even know. So the car was going to the left, they go turning to the right, then the car starts spinning the other. I was like, this is a gas station. You're gonna hit a pump, and then we all gonna go kaboom.
Oh no. Yeah, I would not attempt to drive on a
I
snowy
told my
or
husband, let's get the
really
heck out of
icy
here
road.
because this guy gonna hit something or somebody, and then we're gonna be stuck here as a witness too. I don't even want to see it. I drive very little in Texas. I think I know I'm not trying to bash Texas, but they don't drive very well over here. Also, I think it's due to the way things are built here. Here, there is not a lot of merging lanes. There's parallel roads, so you get out of the interstate to a road, and you are getting out. So let's say you're in a service road. If you are getting out of the interstate into the service road, guess who have the right of way? The car that is getting out of the interstate, not you that is already on thing. So, and also I talked to people said, how you come up with those rules? Oh, just the way it is. I said, but when you read the manual, what did you think about it? I never read the menu. I was like, what? And they said, oh, that's driving is common sense. That's what people tell me here. Driving is common sense. It's not very common because nobody knows what the heck they're doing. Um, so they are in the right lane and all. No, they are in the left lane, far left. So there's one, two, three, four lanes, right? Going the same direction. People just, oh, I have to turn right. And they just cut in front of everybody. People gonna get in the interstate. There's nobody, for example, I'm in the interstate. There's nobody behind me. But people still gotta cut me off with nobody behind me. They could go in the interstate without causing any issues. But it's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's just I drove in Utah. Nobody is more aggressive than people in Utah. And you don't even hear people honking in Utah. Utah is very aggressive, very aggressive drivers. And they drive very fast. But no honking, no. I hear people honk so much, it's just ridiculous. So I think my agoraphobia went off the roof after I moved to Texas. I don't go anywhere without my dog, my service dog. I can't leave the house, and she's getting well. Her breed. She's a Charlie. Life expectancy is 10 years. She turns 13, and she's going on 16. On 14, 16 years, skipped 15 here. So if she makes a 14, it's a miracle. She's gonna be 14 in August. But I noticed yesterday she cannot really keep up. And I lollygag. I don't walk. I lollygag. And I go to the doctor. By the time I come home, she's tired. She's achy because she has arthritis too.
I
I'm
know
supposed to
somebody who used to be agoraphobic, and she kept her dog. She had a pram, like one of those little flat baby carriages, and she
hmm
kept him in the pram so that he didn't have to walk around everywhere. She didn't have to worry about any. He was a Yorkie, so she didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about anybody, kicking him or something.
The service dog community, they were, depending what you need, if it is psychological issues, they were, how you say, motivating people to get a smaller dog because the smaller your dog, the longer they live. The bigger your dog, the shorter is the lifespan. It's a
Interesting.
2 year training. So, for instance, I would love, with all capital Love, to have an Irish Wolfhound.
Oh my goodness.
It's bigger than a Great Dane.
Yeah.
2 years training. Um, and then the life expectancy is 6 to 8 years old. So I was
That's
like, by the time the dog is all trained and good to go,
still just so
um,
short.
she gonna be a service dog for about 3 years because they get old. They can't do much. Plus, the dog get old, they get that attitude like you're not the boss of me, you know.
Yeah, Shorty's 13 years old, and he's getting real huffy.
Wow, what kind of dog is he?
He's Dotson, miniature Dotson.
Oh, he still have a lot of years to go. He's getting that teenager attitude.
He's
They go
he's
through
been
the
hit
teenager, and then
twice.
they go. Oh, poor thing. So probably
He
that's what it is.
moved just once. I remember I had to. I was very integral in his rehabilitation. She hit his rear flank on his uh, back leg. So we took him to the vet, and they gave me this. They watched him for a few days. He didn't need surgery or anything, but they gave me this soft flannel like strap, and they had me put it under his hips and hold him up in the back so that he could walk with his front legs to go to the bathroom, and and they showed me how to help him, like where to press on his
It's
kidneys and
really
stuff.
hard because my friend's dog fell from a missile silo and she
He
broke her
can he can
front
run
elbow.
now, but
Yeah,
on
but it's
really
really
cold
hard
days or rainy days, he
because
favors
the
that
dog,
way.
when you have the thing to help the dog, they wanted to sniff, they wanted to poop in a certain place, and then you're holding it, and they feel like you're taking my poop away. Let me be free, and but they don't have the strength to do it by themselves. And I remember my friend went through this with her dog. It's really hard. It's really hard. They sniff, 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 and you think, okay, so you're gonna poop here, and they look at you. I'm not done yet. You know, it's kind of very difficult. And she had a large dog, so I can imagine
Oh,
it was very difficult.
yes, I think the strap was made for a bigger dog because I had to bend over to help him while I walked. I was bent over so I could hold it up.
It's really possible that kind of things go from $100 to $200.
What?
That the heart, it's the, I call the is the rear end harness. It's like
It was
a
just a
harness
strap
for the hip.
with Velcro on the
It's
ends
just
of it.
stuff that go on Amazon and look for it. It's ridiculous the price. You
Wow.
go like, where's the gold? Where's the gold?
Did you say $200?
Can be up to $200.
$200 for a little strap like that. Amazon.
There's all kind of prices. There's all kind of things for old dogs and stuff. And this yesterday, I went to the doctor to have the shot for the pain, and my dog is like limping. I wanted to walk, and she has a dog ramp. And the guy that was parked by me was like, "Where did you get this dog ramp? Because it's super light but super sturdy. Because I cannot lift more than 20 pounds." And I said, I was very lucky because this dog ramp cost about almost $100, but I got for $15. Somebody had a father that was a hoarder, and he had about 10 dog um, ramps. And I asked, how many dogs did your father had? None. He was just a hoarder. So there was all different kinds of dog ramps, and I would he let me hold every single one to see if I could deal with it. There was aluminum, and I got a plastic one that is very light. And then I was like, "Is this Sophie? Is the name of the dog?" And she said, "Yeah, Sophie's retired." I said, "Sophie's so young." I said, "No, Sophie is 11, and she got cancer, so she is retired
Oh,
now, and she cannot get in and out of the car very
poor
easily." And I
baby.
feel bad for her. It's kind of amazing. You don't think that they have the same issues as we do. Their body also has issues. But the last time I went to the pharmacy, I was barely walking, and Haley's way behind me. And the guy said, "Ma'am, you gotta slow down. Your dog's tired." I said, "Sir, if I go any more slower, we're just gonna stop here because I can barely walk as is. She's just slow, so I'm not dragging her." But my doctor said for me to get the bridge dog. The bridge
What?
dog,
Bridge dog.
a bridge. Yeah, it's called the bridge dog. When your service dog is slowing down, you get a new dog and start training already.
Oh, right.
So
Gotcha.
when your dog passes away or no
The new
longer
dog
can go
appears.
with you, you have that dog. And if your dog passed away, that dog take you don't go through that period of no dogs. So you
Hmm.
can, because my dog is a medical alert. It's also for my psychiatric problem. That is the I have two weird problems. I have autophobia. Autophobia is the fear to be alone,
Oh, okay.
and I have anxiety when I'm in a crowd. I don't want to be alone, but people drive me crazy.
Crowds?
So
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
because I'm
My husband
agoraphobic,
doesn't like crowds.
I don't get the anxiety. I just imagine all kind of scenarios of things that could happen. Somebody can
Mm.
steal my dog. Somebody can hit me. My dog gonna be alone. And now it's like this. But when I go out, everybody's so focused on the dogs, like she's a magical unicorn. Nobody ever seen a dog. Is everybody sees dogs just because she has a vest, and everybody go. Oh. First, when I first started, she used to go, "Yay, everybody loves me." Now she goes like, "I'm tired of people."
Me. Get away from me.
And the worst thing, there was a boy with autism. He actually had the dog I want. There is the Irish Wolfhound, and they do when you already get a dog already trained.
Mhm.
They do a test, like a test drive, to see if he's a match.
Mhm.
The person with the dog, and the boy couldn't handle to have the dog because everybody go beep, 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 it called too much attention and made the boy with autism the symptoms much worse than helped. So it was very sad. So when you see a dog, a service dog, you shouldn't go and ask your
No,
pet. You shouldn't.
no, I don't. I don't
Some
actually.
dogs you cannot even look or anything. You just totally gotta. What people don't think is the service dog is like a crutch, like a wheelchair.
Mhm.
You know, an emotional support animal is a different, or a therapy dog is a different. A therapy dog, if it says therapy dog, you must ask, you must ask your pet because they are for be petted and to how you say talk to people and make people feel good. The therapy dog. But the service they are working, even though
Mhm.
they are working, but they are working to prevent. So if the handler has the illness that the dog need to be extra focused, and you go, "Did you put your boo in there? You're so cute,"
Mhm.
and the dog missed the
It's
cue,
distracted.
somebody could have a heart attack. I do not know if you know, if there is somebody that is blind. Tell me,
Actually,
people. Tell
I
me,
don't.
people, if you know, if people are blind and they're gonna cross the street, you should not stop your car for the person and the dog, because the dog is trained to cross the street when um, he is properly trained. When you stop, you're taking the training away, and it can cause in the future that for the handler get hurt and the dog. A lot of people don't know that, but
Very interesting.
you should just drive normally
I don't
and
know that
not.
I've seen anybody local that is is blind with a service dog.
I
Um,
noticed something up north. You see more service dog than here. I and I noticed something. The African Americans here, they're more afraid of dogs. And for the longest time, I was studying about fear. I was reading some documentary, some stuff. The fear is something that is generational. So
oh,
the reason that the African Americans here in the South are so afraid of dogs is because of the history of sick and boy.
oh,
When they were
that's
slaves,
yeah.
people
That
used to
was
stand the hounds. So the fear of the being chased by dogs passed to
that is that
generation, and that's
curse.
why here is you can have the most squishy cute dog.
It's awful.
Some people almost passes out. Almost passes out. It's sad. It's very very sad.
It
But
is.
I get to the stores, people screaming for their life, like dog, and it's when I first got here, I used to go, what the heck? Now I just don't even notice. Not even my dog. My dog just looked like this. Okay, and then move along. Before we try to make sense of it, now we just accept as is, and the dog doesn't even make contact. Not even eye contact. At least they don't ask to pet, right? I don't need to worry about that. I helped a lot of people here that is afraid of dogs with my with Haley, I helped them to lose a little bit of the fear. There was people that said to me, "Oh, she gonna bite me. She has teeth." I said, "You have teeth. Are you gonna bite me?" No. So the same goes around. I found. Let's see. Let's see here if I can show you. I thought this. So it has the remote control, and then go to red.
Oh, that's
It looks
neat.
like it looked like an eye.
It
it
does. Thank you very much.
does. It personally doesn't have the pupils, and go blue and green.
Oh,
All
that's
white.
very interesting because the blue looked more green to me, and then the green looked teal.
Yeah, but it's super green. Look this.
That's very interesting.
This is when I'm happy. No, I'm blue.
Oh,
Yeah, green. Teal eyes, right? And this is my green.
oh yeah.
But it has a lot of light. It's kind of interesting how the screen kind of shake things and change a lot. See why I don't like to buy yarn online?
What?
You see,
Sorry.
that's why I don't buy yarn online.
Oh yeah.
This the middle. When I look at this, the middle, this part is super red, but look like an eye.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then you can turn it off with the remote control. And
That's
I paid
very
just 12
interesting.
bucks. I was like, woohoo!
That's neat.
Mm,
Well, I have been live for 3 hours and 40 minutes, and
woohoo!
I need to get
I
off of
better go
here.
to. I need to take some meds, and I need to sleep. I went to bed yesterday at 5:30, almost 6 o'clock. I
Oh
was in so
wow.
much pain. I went to bed in tears. So
Oh,
today
I'm
I'm still
sorry.
in pain, but I'm gonna. I do not know if you can see how my eyes are little. I'm just tired, but I can't fall asleep because the pain is so intense. You know the lights at the airport that turns on, like the one where the airplane lands.
Hmm.
The lights keep guiding, so it's kind of like that on my back, going every single vertebrae. It's just insane. I have four bulge discs up here and four down there, and they are pinching the nerves. So I have pain all the way to the bottom of my foot. I too need to have. I'm sorry. I too need to have the surgery to put the the spinal nerve stimulator. I don't know how much it's gonna
I think you can
cost, but
find used ones that are not.
oh
Is
no, it's a
you
surgery. It's done
spinal
surgically.
stimulator? Is
No,
that the
it's
same as a
done.
TENS unit?
No,
No. Oh, okay. He had a
it's a
TENS.
surgery.
Oh.
It's a surgery. It's like a very thin, look like a yarn, a very thin yarn, and they
Okay.
scrape your bone and put in there to yeah. And I hope I can afford it. I hope my deductible is not so bad, and I hope my doctor has what do you call a good
You could
payment
talk
plan.
to your doctors about programs that could
Yeah,
help
my
you.
doctor they do have program. But the bad thing is Texas have a very low poverty line, very low. So for you to qualify for anything, you gotta be almost destitute. You literally almost have to be on the street. Then if you're on the street, it's way too low. So they do a lot of low payments. You make payments to the place, but the bad thing is because first you gotta do the test drive. They're gonna put a temporary one, right, and see if it works. Just because you did doesn't mean they're gonna work. And then if it works, then they go and put the permanent one. So you have two copays. That's the bad thing.
Well, I will keep you in my prayers. I really will.
Thank
I know that
you.
you've got a lot of people praying for you right now.
Yay! But I'm like, I hope I can afford it. I really hope I can afford, because with $900 a month, but because my husband works, it's kind of weird in a place where a small two-bedroom apartment is almost 1,500. How they expect you to have enough money if you make a certain amount a week? It's like, you gotta make at least 50,000 to be able to have the bare minimum to have a decent life, some quality of life. So I don't understand how thing. I do not know where we went wrong here with that, but I hope she can get. I forgot her name. I hope she can get it, put it the test drive, and I hope it works. And let's see if my insurance cover. This is my second insurance that I'm trying. I had two other ones that didn't want to cover, but they said Medicare covers, so that's what I have now. I was using my husband's insurance from his job, and they said that it's not medically necessary, or it's like experimental. So I was
Well,
like, experimental because you don't need, because if you did need, they would. You know what I'm saying? Some insurance doesn't even pay for the what you call the anesthesia nowadays.
my dog is distracting me. He's climbed up.
Can I
I've
see
got a
him?
I've got a blanket here, and he's
Can I see him?
burrowed under it. And then he wanted to be out from under it so he could see me.
And, oh, he's a hot dog. What is his name?
Shorty.
You know what he looks? He looks like a cartoon dog. You know that I think is over the hedge. No, I do not know which cartoon it was.
He's a
He's so
miniature dog.
adorable.
See, his
You know
ears
when
are
you
long.
mess with their ears here, release a pheromone that make them feel like I'm loved.
Oh
When
well, he
yeah,
loves getting his ears scratched.
all dogs do, because it releases the pheromone that says I'm loved.
Are you loved? Yes, you're loved, aren't you?
I know. I love to find out more about dogs. Well, I'm
He's
gonna let you
sweet.
go, so I'm gonna go, so you can go, and say goodbye to your people. And it was great to see you.
It was great to see. I'm so glad you came up there with me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. I'll keep an eye on you whenever you're around. I'll come over.
What? Sorry? What?
whenever whenever you're around, I'll come over. I'm very
Oh, okay.
tired from the pain, so when I'm this tired, my English
I understand.
deteriorates.
I understand. I really
The
do.
accent gets thicker. All right, kisses of
I'm gonna
love
head
and
in now.
bye bye.